Welcome to Game Bros. This is
I had to lower it. And this is Prodigy.
And Cuquito.
coming to you from our Game Bros studios here in beautiful Miami, Florida. And yes,
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
and we are live, like I said, from beautiful Miami, Florida. And like I said before, we're from Miami. So if you guys could give a shout out to and go follow on Instagram at Dade and only in Dade on Instagram. They got some funny, what do you call them? Memes? They're not really memes. They're videos and
Memes.
So are memes just pictures
No.
with comments?
No.
So videos could be memes as well.
Absolutely.
So
A meme is any joke or trend in an online setting,
okay.
social media setting.
So they have a lot of great memes or jokes or videos, that funny stuff. So go check them out. Yes, we want to. Chris is in the chat, yelling out "Cuco!"
Who, Mr. Gonzo?
Yeah. So how's your weekend? Like Saturday started very well. The Hurricanes put a whooping to
How's your
Louisville.
whoa Saturday? That's like a 1 day weekend. What happened to Friday? Isn't that considered a weekend?
Not during the coronavirus, dude. You can't really do much on a Friday night.
What? And you're saying you could do more on a Saturday night?
Well, now you can. Well, Saturday the Hurricanes whooped butt. They killed. They destroyed Louisville. The Miami Heat dropped a fat one against Boston. Celtics took it to the Heat. And this morning the Miami Dolphins
Miami
afternoon,
Dolphins.
they let us down. They did.
How's the song go? The greatest football team.
They are the greatest football team. They get the ball from goal to goal like you've never seen. They're in the air. They're on the ground. They're always in control. And when you talk about the Dolphins, you don't talk Super Bowl anymore. But yeah, so first things first, we saw Prodigy. Did you post any of that on social media? We saw you had some Korean barbecue.
My snaps, but that's about it.
Yeah,
private snaps.
Oh, okay, just private snaps. Oof.
Private stories.
Gotcha.
Let's put it that way. But no, I mean Saturday went out with a friend to just go visit a bunch of new places here in South Florida that we saw over TikTok. Like our TikTok comes up with a bunch of restaurants, and we're like, oh, let's add them to the list of where it looks interesting to go. And
so where'd you go? You went to the Korean barbecue place that I want to go. That
was at nighttime. That's where we're gonna plan, hopefully, to have our Game
Bros
lunch
get together. We should put it out there, not just the host. Would you rather have one just with the host, like Riddle, Hitman, us, or
I mean, I think
would
Game
you rather
Bros
do a big one with
Game
everybody?
Broski's fam in general?
All right, cool.
Chat and everybody.
Cool.
I want everybody to have a good time. But earlier in the day, I went. Have you ever tried something called milk tea or boba?
What the heck is that?
You gotta try it. I'll invite you one time.
Whoa! Invite me, like take me there, or invite me like you're gonna pay for it.
Both.
Oh man, baller! Wait! I got one for that. Wait.
Money. No, but it's really cool. That place was playing One Punch Man on a projector on the wall and everything. They're playing anime on the wall.
What?
And stuff like
That sounds like our kind of place.
So it was a nice little place in Pembroke too. So it's not too far. But yeah, I mean,
they want to know if your date
interesting.
was a girl.
I guess you guys can call it a date. Sure, why not?
Well,
So yeah, it was a girl though. It was a girl. If that makes the guys in the chat feel any better, it was a girl. But But yeah, that was my Saturday, and then I came to Kuko's house to celebrate a nice Hurricanes dubby against Louisville.
Yeah, that was
That was
awesome.
pretty good. But yeah, I mean, a lot of crap happened this week, so let's jump right into the news.
So like we talked about last week, Xbox had their week of fame where they talked about pricing and release dates and pre-orders. And then Sony had kind of a good week, depending on what side of the coin.
Let's just start at how it started in time.
Okay, it started with them saying last week. It started with Xbox. Price came out. They're like, "All right, guys, send out the press. We're gonna give out our prices and our release date now." So it was like it felt like the very next day. They're like, "Okay, we're gonna have our showcase with our pricing," and it was different because the Xbox just tweeted their price and like, yes, the Xbox Series X is real, and just like did a tweet and just send out pictures. And then did you expect like the kind of showcase that Sony did? Like, I thought they were just gonna be like, here's the box, this is what it looks like, this is the price, this is the release date. But we actually got a little bit more than that.
So are you asking if I wanted Xbox to do what Sony did on Wednesday, or if I expected Sony to do what they did on Wednesday?
Both. Give me both. I guess.
To be honest, I kind of did expect Sony was going to do at least show off a bit of gaming, some sort of games, because they're going to reveal the pricing of the PlayStation 5. They're going to reveal when it's coming out, pre-order dates, whatever. You also got to kind of show the games that it's pushing, in order to have people maybe buy into the games early on or at launch date, in order to get people excited. Because telling me I'm gonna get a new console, what am I gonna play on it?
It's kind of true. It's like if you show off a brand new car and say, hey, this is what the car looks like. We're like, well, does it run well? So like you would want to see it on a track, just go from 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Or something like that. So you want to see the hardware put into practice. I honestly didn't think they were gonna show off too much. I thought they were gonna show off maybe Horizon and this, but we got a lot of stuff out of left field that we did not expect.
Yeah, I mean, there was a
and
lot of.
I also wanted other things to show, but
absolutely.
But all in all, I think they did like a B plus maybe job on the showcase.
So B plus on the actual games that they showed off and everything.
Yeah, because we got some new stuff, some unexpected stuff, and some rehashing of some old stuff.
Okay. Yes, I agree.
So, but all in all, I think it was good. Now, pricing wise, so we finally got a price.
Wait. Real quick before was there anything that excited you about any of the stuff that was being shown? Like anything that got you more hyped?
Do you want to go over the things that were shown?
I can just go over real quick. I'm not gonna put in depth all those videos. Yeah. This is a nice sizzle reel that they showed off of all the different things.
Okay.
So we first saw Final Fantasy for
16.
Any excitement there?
Yes, I'm excited because it kind of went to like an old school Final Fantasy, like the medieval magic mages.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember, Final Fantasy 15 was more of a futuristic present time. Like
that.
there were 4 guys in a Cadillac driving around.
Driving around.
Yeah. So this one goes more back to the old school Final Fantasies where you have swords, shields, knights, and stuff like that. It still has action RPG, which is good. Quito says cap. I don't know why Quito's saying cap. What are we capping about?
Because Carol said he beat me in Madden.
Oh, Carol saying he beat you in Madden. That he did. So you're capping now. So Final Fantasy, I was excited for it. It looks amazing.
Oh,
what I'm
really
surprised is that it's a console exclusive, because Square Enix has gone like in the old times back in the day. Final Fantasy, Square Enix was Sony based, but now they kind of expanded with Tomb Raider and Crystal Dynamic and all those things.
Yeah.
So it kind of surprised me that they were just staying console exclusive with PlayStation.
Yeah. And then for the one thing I pointed out in the showcase when we were streaming, I'm like, hey guys, wait, look at the bottom of the trailer. PC version coming as well, like in really small lettering, just so people when they see console exclusive, they can also see PC. You're gonna get something.
But see, as like I always spin it as a business, I understand where Sony's coming from with that. Like we're okay with you being exclusive to us as a console, and if you want to make some money on the PC because PC is not our direct competitor. but don't go to Xbox. So I kind of see that. So I understand. A lot of the games will come out on PC, but if you see, they're on PlayStation consoles for a while before they go to PC. It's basically like a year and a half is kind of the cadence that they're doing.
We saw that with Horizon, which sadly it was a really rough port for PC.
And then you
Death
also
Stranding as well. So yeah, after that they showed Wingardium Leviosa. So we got to see some of the RPG that Kuko and we've been mentioning on the show. We've heard rumors about an RPG coming out based on the world of Harry Potter and all that stuff.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for months.
So what'd you think about this?
I've seen the Harry Potter movies. I have not read the Harry Potter books. Am I a huge Harry Potter fan? Not really, because I don't feel like they use like I have the same problem with some animes where like I'm watching an anime and they have powers but they don't use them, so it kind of bores me.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I feel about Harry Potter. They're all magicians and they all have their little magic, but they never use it. But this does excite me because I want to explore that world and see what there is. Because, dude, there's dragons, there's goblins, there's all these crazy stuff in the Harry Potter world that I would like to see. Like when I go to Universal Studios, I see this huge white dragon. Yeah, it's like, can I tame it? Can I ride it? Can I kill it? Like that's what I'm interested
in the movies. Whatever happens in the movies, what you're seeing,
Wizard 101
and all that stuff. In the game, you're able to do what you want in that game. So I mean, I'm not a Harry Potter fan, nor am I a Harry Potter enthusiast, but I would like to see how the gameplay will be. It'll be pretty cool to have a big, maybe group of people. Everyone start having their own wizard powers.
I don't know if you know this. So there's a Lord of the Rings online.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Like a
so yes. Have you seen Lord of the Rings? Are you a big Lord of the Rings fan?
I think I would consider myself, I like it more, but neither have I seen every single movie, I think, from beginning to end, in my opinion.
Okay, the reason I bring the MMO is because the MMO kind of sticks to the movie. And so what I like about this one is that it's outside of the movie. And
it's kind of in the actual just universe.
Yeah, it's in the world, but we're somewhere else, and the timeline is different. I like that. That way I can create. I want to be more powerful than Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I want to kick Harry Potter's butt. That's all I want. So if I can create this world on my own and have these stories not tied to Harry and his redheaded friend, The other thing is that the writer is not anywhere linked to this. Like, they're like, oh, you created a good story, you created a good world, but now we're gonna do our own thing over here. Because sometimes if they link the creator, you get the whole problem with like Game of Thrones, where you're like, dude, are you gonna write this book or what? And it just kind of slows things down.
Yeah.
And a movie and games, they're all three separate things. They're all different.
Yeah, in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I mean, they didn't show too much. It was just a nice reveal trailer.
Yeah, MVP MJ King's mom is a huge Lord of the Rings fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's interesting. The next game they showed off, which is a game we've already seen, it's come out, but
Devil May
Cry 5 Special Edition. So if you guys haven't played it, I guess you're able to get a nice up-res version of it.
Devil May Cry, for the people that don't know, are the ones that created that genre. God of War would not exist if Devil May Cry didn't exist. Devil May Cry, the first one, created that whole swords, guns, combat, and
kind of
aerial combat.
Yeah.
So
after that, we got Five Nights at Freddy's game.
That's a game that I did not expect.
Which I don't think anyone expected.
And I want
to.
What's this game? What is it? Are we sitting behind a console, turning on lights and opening doors?
I think this is gonna be the first time where it might be like you control a character and go around like an area or something.
How
this
would that be, though?
This is giving me Outlast vibes.
Oh,
first person. There's things chasing you, and you gotta try to do your like.
Okay, see, that makes more of a sense than just some random dude with a flashlight walking around.
Yeah.
So if you have that environment created with 3D audio and lighting and HDR and all that crazy stuff, I can see it. I can see it happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because a while back there was people, because there's like a whole, a fandom behind Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh yeah, you go to Target, there's shirts all over the
Yeah,
place. Walmart,
And a lot of
It's-
people were
it's-
like speculating, is there going to be another game, or did Scott just quit the franchise? Like he's done.
yeah, my boy
And then
Scott.
everyone
Shout out to my boy Scott.
when
Scotty.
this came out, everyone went buck wild, and they're like,
Bananas.
yeah, just crazy. They also,
I think when Bastion, my 9-year-old, saw that they were making another Friday, I think he pissed himself. Maybe just a little bit.
the jump scare in the trailer scared him. The other thing we saw was more footage of Resident Evil 8, and boy, did that look great. Resident Evil 8 looked really nice.
Village. I was just waiting for some chainsaw to sound in the background, because I don't know if you played Final Fantasy. If you played Resident Evil 4, just walking around and all you hear is that, and you're like, holy crap, run!
You know it's going down.
Yeah, so I was hoping to hear that in the background, a little chainsaw action.
Mm-hmm. They also opened. I think it was a showcase with Spider-Man Miles Morales. They actually showed some gameplay of it, and I think this just, I don't know. Spider-Man was already great. Now you're just exploring a whole new character. It looks just as good. But like I was mentioning in the showcase, I hope all those cinematics we were cutting into constantly doesn't make up the entire, let's say, 8 to 10 hours of gameplay you're gonna get for this.
Now what I'm worried about is that they're saying that the Miles Morales game is 10 to 12 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
Like you say, like, is it an open world game? Are we gonna be web slinging through New York, or are we going from cutscenes to cutscenes? And so that's the other thing that worries me, is that it's 115 gig download. So a 10-hour game is gonna be 115 gigs. That's crazy.
Imagine God of War 2, man.
Yeah, and I was thinking of Cyberpunk, games like that.
Yo, we're gonna need like 3 hard drives connected to our PlayStation. to have the space for
believe
these
it or not,
games,
when I read
man.
that last night, I was starting to look up, compatible hard drives,
Some
so
SSDs
I
and
can
stuff?
swap out my hard drive.
Yeah, because man,
Right out of
it's
the
gonna be-
at the
it's gonna be
beginning.
really expensive.
The game looked
big.
amazing. I like the combat. It's a totally different Spider-Man. I saw his combos are totally different. And what amazed me the most is the lighting and the particle effects.
Yeah.
Just the way it just moves. And I was at my friend Ray's house yesterday. We had a get-together, a high school get-together, and I got to his house, and I knew he liked games. I didn't know he was such a big gamer. And he's like, hey, come into my room. And he showed me his bookcase, and he showed me all his Ratchet and Clank collection. He had all the Ninja Turtles toys, movies. It was just crazy. He had a bunch of stuff. And he was talking to me about Spider-Man. And I told him, dude, the next one's going to be insane, because now they don't have, like, the web slinging. They could go as fast as he wants now. You don't have the limitations from the PlayStation 4 holding it back. Now they can speed all that stuff up. So I can imagine the combat getting faster, web slinging, combos, chaining combos together. That's what I really want to see.
Yeah.
When people are like, oh, there's really no exclusives coming out for the PlayStation or Xbox, I'm like, I just need that one Spider-Man one just to see what this machine could do at the beginning. I'll be happy with that.
Okay, so they're selling this game at base $60.
Yes, but they don't call that a full-fledged game, because Sackboy's $70.
No, Sackboy's 60 as well.
Is it?
Yeah, Sackboy 60 as well. But
So
here's the thing: isn't there a version?
Dark Souls?
Isn't there a special version of this one that comes with the up-res Spider-Man
yes.
for PS4?
Yes.
Okay, good, because that's what I'm getting. Because I haven't played the Spider-Man PS4, and I'd rather play it on a PS5.
Yeah. And it'll have all the graphical upgrades, and not just that.
Would it have the DLCs?
Yes. It's like the complete
Magnificent.
version.
I'm glad I never played the other Spider-Man or bought it. I could just buy this one with all of it.
I'm excited to see what you have to say about it. And then we're going to get later on about something that they announced that I'm excited for a lot of people, like Hitman, Wrecker, but I'll mention it when we get to that point.
Okay. Next thing they showed off was Demon Souls.
Crap Rapper says we need to get a 20 terabyte hard drive or external.
20 terabyte hard drive. So the next thing was
imagine COD was at 100 gigs.
Modern Warfare. Yeah, with Warzone and all that in it. No, you said COD.
Okay.
But to specify which one we're talking,
which of all the 50?
Which of the billion of CODs in the universe.
All right.
So the next thing we got to look at was Demon Souls. Another look at the gameplay.
See, that one's $70.
That one's a full-fledged game. It is a remake from the first Demon Souls that we saw back in the
Have you
PS3.
seen the side-by-sides of what Demon Souls looked like and then what it looks like now?
It's completely.
They should have different names because they're different games.
It's like when they showed off Ico. Wait, not Ico. Shadow
Ico?
of the Colossus.
Yeah.
And
Same
they
company.
they showed that one, and then they showed the remake of Shadow of Colossus, and it was a complete difference in the way the game looked,
Yeah.
which was pretty cool. What were you gonna say?
Oh, Minecraft with ray tracing.
Ray tracing
Oh,
and no
shit.
ray tracing, absolutely.
I saw a picture, and then you see the buildings. It looks like just straight like lines, and then they just draw the building on like a flat surface on the old school Demon Souls. And this one actually has like a structure to it, and you can see the cracks in the building and how it's decaying from years of wear and tear. So I like that.
Yeah. Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War.
What the
They
heck is
showed-
Call of Duty?
I don't know, man. Also, they're hating in the
I
chat
know what
right
I know
now.
what Call of Duty is. It's a freaking sniper free for all. Is what it is.
Which
Oh my
we'll
goodness.
we'll talk about that later.
It's
But,
just funny because that same day they're like, "Don't worry, guys, they're gonna buff the snipers."
They're gonna
I'm
nerf.
like,
nerf.
I better hope so.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna talk about that later, but they showed off more of the
Who's talking crap about COD?
everyone in the Twitch chat
Oh
right
man,
now. They showed off some single player stuff, more scene of that. They also showed more of Odd Worlds, Soulstorm, which I think we could have had this showcase without that game.
I
and
agree. They could have
replace
just
it.
put like a, hey, remember Oddworld's coming, and then
Yeah.
put in something new, something different.
Yeah.
Even I would have even put like a little indie mashup of like maybe 10 upcoming indie games.
Yes.
Like,
Or
hey,
small games.
guess what? We're making this box.
Because the
for
one you're
all this
excited
great
for
stuff.
is Fruit Snacks. I know you're so excited to play a game on the
Heck
PS5.
yeah. That's what I buy my kids at Publix, fruit snacks all the time. But my thing is I get Oddworld. Like Oddworld I played when I was my son's age. I get
It's an old classic.
Yeah. But even till now, like freaking Infamous hit me up yesterday when we were watching the Hurricanes. It's like, what the heck is Oddworld? What's that game about?
A lot of people don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's a different game.
So it's interesting. But they also showed your favorite game, Fortnite. It's gonna be
Yes.
launching PS5 day one with its ray tracing and which honestly, hey, Epic did it looked pretty good. It
That's
looks like a nice upres.
You know,
I
I-
will say that.
Gameplay though.
Oh, yeah. When we get into gameplay, that's a whole other story.
But I've always said it, and I'll keep saying it. Fortnite is a great showman. You ever seen The Showman, the movie with Hugh Jackman? Like he just
The
puts on
Greatest
a-
Showman?
The Greatest Showman.
Okay.
He just puts up a great show. That's what Fortnite is. Like they do such a great job with their visuals and
Uh-huh.
everything, and I can't wait to see that game. And you remember like when it first came out, and then they had their first graphical bump. And
it
you're
was
like, dude, this
it
thing
was
looks so good.
it was a big
So
difference.
I can't imagine what it would look like on PS5, on ATX 380, or on Xbox Series S or X.
Thank you for specifying.
And just the way it looks with the lighting, the ray tracing, the rays, all the rays,
All the rays.
it's gonna look good.
They also showed, which I can't wait, Deathloop. They showed gameplay of Deathloop, single player, and a little tease of how the multiplayer
What
is.
was a game that we
Yeah.
liked that it was a turn-based?
Lemniscate.
Lemniscate. That it reminds me a lot of this. That
Yeah, there's that
So,
rewinding time.
something
and
I was
the-
gonna correct you.
strategy
First of
based.
all, you did a great job with the showcase and streaming it and talking
what
through
did
it,
I
but
mess
you
up on?
you messed up when you talked about Loop. So what if you see the trailer? What he does, he actually, the scientist does something, and then when he does that, it prevents him from going to a party because when he invents that, he stays there at his home to try to make it better. So what the guy does, he actually prevents him from inventing that, and he starts drinking and then ends up going to the party. He's like, well, now at the party, I got two of the guys I got to take out. Now I could take out two guys in one shot. That's why it was two birds and one stone. You kind of...
I thought of it differently.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought of it.
When I watched it, I'm like, ooh, no pride. You kind of That's not what happened.
Okay.
And it's
now
cool
I
because
understand.
it shows you that they're like the NPCs have their thing, but you can change that, and that's what like Dishonored is.
Mhm.
In the first Dishonored, I beat the whole game by not killing anybody, but you would change things in the NPCs roles basically to force them to do something else, and then you get a different result. That's what's basically what you're doing here. Like you're trying to, you're seeing the loop, and you're trying to figure out where in this loop can I change this for my benefit. If I change this from happening, we get a different
a
loop
loophole
now.
in the loop.
Yeah, and then we change the loop to something else. What's up, little twin? Yeah, I don't know if you remember little twin. He actually won the contest.
I remember Little Twin.
When he won the contest for the Jump Force.
Yes.
He won the game. So yeah. So it's cool. So I can't wait for that game. The what I want to figure out is how does the multiplayer, because you see that he is trying to he's a hitman and he's trying to assassinate. I don't know if you ever played I've seen the movie Looper. Is it Looper?
Looper. The one with Bruce Willis. And
so I think that's where they got this
guy.
kind of story from.
Yes.
So he's a hitman and he has people he has to take out. But at the same time, there's another person, a real person, that's trying to take you out. So I wonder how that takes place. Like at the beginning, does it say, hey, do you want to be the hitman that tries to take out the hitman? Or do you just want to play the hitman that's
like
just taking out the people?
taking out the other people. Yeah, I do want to see how that is going to be as well.
See, yeah, me and Wrecker, I know Wrecker loves Dishonored. I'm a big, huge Dishonored
Before
fan.
we get to the one that we're, at least I'm personally really, really excited about, they also showed off something that I kind of wasn't expecting, but I think it's welcome, the PlayStation Plus collection.
Yes.
Going into
that's
next
I
gen.
wanted to talk about that I know there's a lot of people. Like I always talk to some people that don't really know what PlayStation Plus is. A lot of people think that PlayStation Plus is just I pay $60 and I could play online with other people.
And that's
yes,
it.
that is. But there's other benefits behind it. You with the $60, you also get 24 free games a year. I know it sucks for people like me because when it comes out, I already got that game. I got that game. And when you listen to the IGNs, the GameSpots, and all those big, they talk about it from that perspective. Oh, I hate that because I already got that game. Yeah, but dude, it's not for people like you. It is for people like
Or like me. I don't buy every game.
Oh, okay. Not,
you know?
But I think of like Carlocho.
Okay.
I think of like Agu. I think about Jimbo. Jimbo plays like one game. Apex and Rainbow. but the reason why they do that is for him to kind of change his palette and not branch out to other things. Like so I'm happy that they did this because Hitman's one that he's like, dude, I played Ghost of Tsushima. I loved it. I'm like, what about Alloy? What about God of War? What about Uncharted? So thanks to this collection, I know you got the list.
I got the list.
And you're going to read them off. There's a lot of games. So as soon as you buy your PlayStation 5, you already have like 20 games.
Yes.
Yes, okay, maybe you've played one or two, or like in my case, I played them all. But for most, I want to say like 85% of the people, they probably haven't played like 10 games on this list.
I think I'm one of those people as well. So I'm going to list off and then say if you've played, and I'll say if I play as well. So God of War, I played. Kuko, I can say for him, he's played. Quito, we got Bloodborne.
Awesome game.
I haven't played Bloodborne.
It's a Demon's Souls like, but more action and less death.
The toughness.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter World, I played a bit.
Oh my gosh.
But that game's way too tedious for me.
Same thing. I played it for like 3 hours and I'm like, okay, I get it. Not for me.
Yeah, it wasn't my cup of tea.
Graphic wise, sound wise,
everything else was
everything is awesome. Game. When you finally take a monster down, you I get it. You feel like, yeah, I got it. I just hate chasing a lizard down for like like an hour. They're like one. I get it that you got to build up your armor and your weapons, but who's got time for that?
Then Final Fantasy 15, I haven't played either.
Great game.
Fallout 4, I did.
Have great food in it.
I think I went halfway through Fallout 4 and I kind of quit.
I beat Fallout 4.
I not my cup of tea either. I just
you didn't like picking up the garbage?
No. Mortal Kombat X, I'm very skeptical on why they stuck this one in there.
Because it's a fighting game. What other fighting games?
I would have put MK11. I would have put in maybe a little bit extra cash to get MK11 because to me
I can see.
MKX is too old. It's before Injustice 2.
Yes, I can see.
you know?
And that's like when they first started doing the armor thing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I can see. Yeah, I guess what MK11 is like. We're still working on it.
We're still it is the latest fighting game out of NetherRealm, so it makes sense.
But at the same time, for NetherRealms, it would have been great to put out 11 and then it builds up hype for the next Injustice.
Exactly, that's why. So, and then we got one that was released for free a couple months ago, Uncharted 4, but now going to be for sure. This one's one I haven't played, and I'm looking to replay the entire collection. That was free,
game.
And then I'm gonna jump into 4.
Still waiting for my ring.
You still waiting for your ring? Is there? I'm holding
It's
it
there.
for you.
It's tonight.
I think my son was like, what, 9?
Yeah.
When he got his PSP and he's like, oh, I want the ring from Nathan Drake. I'm like, be the
Golden Abyss.
Golden Abyss on the PS Vita, and then I'll give it to you. And this freaking guy went out and did it. I'm like, freaking A. That was like the first game he ever beat.
I think I beat it once, and then we're like, oh, whoever beats it first gets to get the ring. And we were playing the game at the same time, and then I beat it first. But I never got the ring.
I don't remember the story that way, but we'll say
I remember that way.
I doubted he beat it
The
before
next
me.
game is Ratchet and Clank, the PS4 one.
Awesome game.
I didn't play it again. I never.
Great game.
A lot
And
of these
it-
games I didn't buy.
It looked better than the movie.
You know, the movie I feel is a bit underrated. It's
It
not
is.
super good, but I think it was
It
an
is
okay
good.
game. It was a good
All,
video game movie.
if all they had to do was slap a Disney logo on it, and it would have. But since it doesn't have a Disney logo, that like it's a cartoon.
Yeah.
And you know, most people that either DreamWorks or Disney, or they think it's a bootleg movie.
Yeah, it's like made by some other like.
Yeah, they're like,
CGI
oh, it's a
making-
bootleg movie.
Yeah.
Like the one that made the one with Will Smith's a fish, whatever.
Oh, Fishtails.
Yeah, that's not DreamWorks. That's not Disney. That's some bootleg
Wait.
thing.
Oh, I don't know. Actually, I
Look
don't
it
know.
up. Chat. Try to correct this.
Yeah,
if we're wrong.
correct if Fishtails is from DreamWorks or not. Next one is Days Gone. I never played Days Gone.
Little Twins got a question for you.
For me,
Yeah.
I got a question. How is the Fast and the Furious game? I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
Why is that
Fast
a
and-
question for me?
Because you're a Fast and the Furious fan.
No,
The Fast and the Furious game is
kinda
a
good.
Fast and the Furious game, just like the Fast and the Furious movies. If you like the Fast and the Furious movies, you'll love the game.
like
It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Same over the top action, the same stuff like that. So yeah, it's more of an arcade-ish game. Don't
Racing
think of
game.
it as like a racing like simulator.
Yeah.
For that
It's just fun, huh?
Mhm.
For a racing simulator, you might as well get Need for Speed.
Yeah.
Or anything close to
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
if you want a racing game, I would recommend Need for
Did you
Speed or
ever-
Rally.
Beat Days Gone.
No, because things started happening before, but it's an awesome
Yeah.
game, and also the Days Gone you're getting, this is Days Gone 2.0.
I knew Shark Tale was DreamWorks. Go! I knew it. I watched that movie 4 times growing up. Yeah, it's a good amount of times. It's more than enough. Go at the car wash. At the car wash, yeah.
So remember, you're
car
getting
wash.
Days Gone 2.0 with all the fixes. And
Yes.
stuff.
So another game I haven't played. Until Dawn, I played. Did you play?
Yeah.
Great game. If you like horror games and a nice interactive storytelling game, this is it. Detroit Become Human, haven't played. Have you played?
Detroit. Yes, I played
I have a story for that.
some of it.
Jordan got it, without his mom knowing, and then he had got it, and he was almost done, and his mom called PS4 to return the game and give him her money back
Why?
because he wasted like $80 on the game.
Oh my goodness! So she checked her wallet and she's like, "Damn, I'm $80
Well,
short."
he got through most of it at least.
And then I was like, told him
Yeah,
off,
but
and
dude,
then
you
she was,
couldn't
like,
finish
calling.
the end of it. That's kind of bad, dude. Like you wasted your time trying to get to the end and nothing.
The next game, I don't know why they stuck it in here, but they did.
Yeah.
Battlefield 1.
You know, you get more people playing it.
I would have stuck Battlefield 5 in there, at the very least. But Battlefield 1, I'm not excited for that. Infamous Second Son, I platinumed that game for DJ Fuego. Regret that I did it. I wish it was on my account because I basically did all the work. But
Second Son is a
Second
launch
Son
title for the PS4.
Was, if you guys have not played an Infamous before,
My friend Ray
This
was
is
telling
that
me
one.
like I started it and I didn't finish it because I got married and this and that. I'm like, dog, you gotta play
yes,
Infamous.
it was
Infamous
just
is
so.
such a great game.
And it was a what happened?
That was like our game growing up.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, Nikki! Thank you for the 5 gifted subs to MVP Lord Infamous Ice Jazz. Whoa, Ice Jazz, you were in the chat, bro. Speak up, say something. We want to know you guys are here in the chat, and to Retro as well. And Crap Rapper, thank you. So, I mean, what I was gonna say about Infamous Second Son, it displayed the stuff of the DualShock 4, and
Yeah.
like everything for PlayStation.
Everybody
always-
thought it was so stupid, but
thought
I
it was
loved
awesome.
it.
I thought it was
I
awesome.
love that you would do graffiti, and then you would use a controller. You would turn it sideways, and you would shake it, and you would hear the little ball inside your controller, like you were shaking a paint can, and you would spray it with the trigger and start spraying. I know some people are like, oh, they're gimmicks. It's just, what pisses me off, to be honest with you. When PlayStation and Xbox does it, it's a gimmick, and when Nintendo does it, it's like a
It's innovation that excites. It's Nissan's motto. It's what they want to use.
It's just like, I don't understand why the double standard.
Yeah.
Like, and then they're like,
That's how it is, dude.
The
That's how it is.
Vita's got all the, I had to put the camera up, and they're like, the game is too gimmicky. It makes me rub stuff, and then I hate the Nintendo. The Vita, because it has all this stuff and no games use it. So you're mad when the game uses it, and then you're pissed when they don't use it. Like, make up your mind.
Yeah, make up your mind. Next game is Batman Arkham Knight. I played it.
Best
Played
to me, second best Batman.
What's your best?
The second one?
City?
City, yes.
Yeah, I agree. This is the second one in line for me as well.
Yeah.
The Last Guardian, the game that was in development for over 13 years, I believe. Not kidding. I'm probably exaggerating. But this is a game I haven't
You remember
played.
Prototype?
Prototype, the one with the... No. That's another game. Prototype.
Yeah, the one that
Wait,
he had like this,
The
like
red, black thing. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I was thinking of the right game.
that game
I
would
never
be
played it.
awesome.
I remember seeing you play it. For
Oh
the first
man,
time
you
and
used to
trying
just
it out.
destroy the cities and stuff. Oh my god.
Did
Great
you ever
game,
play Last
great game.
Guardian?
Yes, I did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never knew. Well, I haven't played that as well. Last of Us Remastered
Beat it.
as well. Me too.
Beat it.
It was great.
You beat it?
Perfect game. Last of Us Remastered?
Oh, wait. I was thinking
Oh.
about Last of Us 2.
Oh, you're thinking Last of Us 2. No, Last of Us 2, I'm not going to beat it until I get...
Persona
some
5.
space.
Played it for like a good time, but it's so long. There's so much
I
stuff.
heard...
It is a anime, basically. Just
dude, I have a friend, and she's a cosplayer. And she like is in love with Persona. She always tells me, she's like, bro, no matter
Persona Golden
it's
on the
over
Vita
like
is one of my favorite games.
100 hours, but it's worth it. It's funny because on her Snap, she's like, you know what? I'm gonna start playing Persona 3, and she pulls out a Vita, and I'm like, since when? Who owns a Vita? Like, it was just so surprising. Okay, we do, of course, but yeah, Persona is another one.
so does a Chinese girl that gets stabbed in Last of Us 2.
Oh my gosh.
Playing
Resident Evil 7. I'm not a horror game person, so I didn't get this
Great
one as
game.
well.
Great game.
And yeah, that is the entire list of all the PlayStation.
So like I
Plus
said, like
games
this
you
is
guys are gonna be
I know that Xbox has the Ultimate Pass, which I say is still the best buy dollar for dollar
Mhm.
in video game history, but a lot of people want Sony to do the same thing, and I say that the reason they don't do it is because it doesn't make sense for the developers. So this is like the next best thing. I think it was a great idea from them. I think it's a
Yeah.
great job that they selected these games. Most of them are first party games, and then they trickled in some other third party games, which is I'm glad because a lot of people haven't had a chance to explore some of these worlds, some of these
Yeah.
environments, and then getting them up res and getting all the bells and whistles, HDR and all that stuff, and make them sound and look better. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And then just to go to the last thing before we get into the prices and all that stuff, they showed a teaser of God of War 2. A nice
How do you know it was
logo.
God of War? I just saw some blue line like that
Dude, I started not freaking out, but I got hyped
when you heard the drums.
when I heard the
Boom.
doom 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 doom. I'm like, that's
Nearly
it.
out
I know it's God of War, and I didn't even need to see that the title for the circle to know it's God
Yeah.
of War. But
I'm excited. What excited me the most is that 2021.
that is so soon. That is really really close.
2020 sucks, but 2021 looks like it's gonna be a stellar year.
Hopefully, let's not jinx it. So Kuko, now let's get into the pre-order price and everything like that.
Okay, so they also announced the pricing. I was kind of blown away by the price of the non-disc. I was kind of upset with the disc one.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
The reason why I'm kind of upset is because if you look, like I said before, pound for pound, Xbox has a stronger system. So, like, for most people that don't know, you know, when they look at just apples to apples, they'll look at the price and then they'll see the numbers for the Xbox has more teraflops and all that stuff. I wish they would have just gone $50 less, and that would have been great. But even at $500, I still think it's a good deal. I'm surprised that they cut off $100 to the streaming one only. I was surprised. I thought maybe they'll save $50 on the drive, but a whole $100 is a lot of money.
That's what I.
But at the same time, like I was thinking, like, so you have a 4K TV and all this stuff. The only way you can like take all the juice out of it, as far as watching movies and TV shows, is with an Ultra 4K Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can stream 4K on YouTube and Netflix and stuff like that. I think Hulu's starting to do that, but you don't get true 4K. Like if you watch a movie through a 4K Blu-ray, it's like night and day.
Yeah, it's a big
and
difference.
to be honest with you, the PlayStation Pro doesn't do that. So the first chance you're going to be able to get that on Sony would be with the PlayStation 5. So
Yeah.
I was thinking about just getting the regular, the non-disc drive one, the one with just the streaming one. But I'm like, damn, dude, like I would like to maximize my TV and watch like a good movie.
Full-fledged,
So I might get that one.
Okay, we'll see. But so I mean, those something else that happened, right? Regarding so they showed off the price, which we know is 500, 400.
Mm-hmm.
But then release date November 12th for both consoles, which is 2 days ahead of.
No.
Yeah.
Ahead of Xbox? I thought it was
I mean,
2 days
well,
behind.
Okay, yeah, I guess the way we're thinking about ahead and behind is different. I meant ahead in the calendar in time.
Oh, okay.
So it's on a Thursday,
Mhm.
and Xbox is on that Tuesday. And then the pre-order date, which Kuko mentioned the last week.
Oh,
Kuko Damas.
yeah. I kind of not predicted, but I said it would make business sense to get ahead of them. So when PlayStation announced the pricing, they say, "Hey, we're gonna start pre-orders tomorrow,"
Yeah.
which they lied because they started like right then and there taking pre-orders, and
Yeah.
the pre-order thing, they even acknowledged that it was a crap show. They
Yeah,
acknowledged that they
yesterday
did
they
a
put out article.
terrible job. And the part that pisses me off is like, yeah, we did a terrible job with the pre-orders. We're so sorry. Don't worry. We'll have more pre-orders later. Like, what do you mean you have more pre-orders? Like you have extra pre-orders like in the back somewhere that
No.
wait up. We got some more in the
It's
back.
'cause
We'll come
I
back
told you I told you it was gonna be like that.
when
It's
when
gonna
they
be
do
coming
it,
out in waves.
But when
I'm
they
telling
do it
you.
like that, they're trying to kind of stimulate. It's basically like chumming the water for the sharks is what they're doing.
Yes, that's exactly what they're
And-
doing.
So they're like, we're trying to make this hyper more than it should be, because people see like, what do you mean they're already sold out? Oh man, next time they do pre-orders, I better be there. And then
That's the
so
whole reason. for
that they're just chumming the water, and I don't like that. I'm one of them that didn't get a pre-order.
Yeah.
You may have a pre-order. You don't know.
We don't even know if it's in the bag.
Crap Rapper, I know he's got like 2. We're playing COD
Hitman
with
got
him.
2, and,
you
and
know,
Jake, I'm gonna rob your house. Don't worry about it.
I think did Record finally get one?
No. Even
that
the
was another
reservation,
crap
the
show.
reservation was garbage. You saw what happened to him. Wrecker waited 2 hours in a fake line.
To get into another line.
He waited an hour to get into another line. To
And
wait
they-
another hour.
And what he's referring to was PlayStation put out a thing where you can subscribe, like put in your PlayStation ID, and then we're gonna do like a lottery. Basically, you're gonna get the golden ticket to Chocolate Factory. Basically, that you'll get an email and you'll get to pre-order.
Oh,
so you're
wait.
thinking,
Wait, whoa. You got one,
yeah,
Wrecker?
he ended up getting one.
When did you say this?
He said it in the chat. I remember seeing that he finally got one at the end. But my thing
Bro.
is like, they made
Wow.
it seem like if you got the email, you're done. You were like freaking-
You're set for life.
and it didn't work out that way. And same thing with Amazon. Like Amazon went up And
at 12
and
and
in minutes it sold out. And then they
Gone.
email people that, dude, like, we thought we had 200, but we might have only had 100, so you might not get yours. That sucks.
yeah.
Well, I didn't get any. I didn't even get the maybes or the screw you later. I was
Dude,
in there like,
I got my maybes on 3 a.m. because I was on the phone, and then at 3 a.m. I'm like, let me do it one more time before I go to bed, because you never know. Just
Yeah.
one more time.
Yeah.
And then that's when Best Buy kind of went smoothly. I'm like, whoa, this is going through all the processes.
It's going
Nice
too
and good.
smooth.
It's going too good. And apparently I got a reservation, but I don't know yet.
We'll find out November 12th. So what I did predict is because Xbox said, hey, we're coming out November. What is their date?
10th.
10th. So they come out earlier. So we're going to come out November 10th. September 22nd, we're taking pre-orders. So I told Prodigy, I'm like, dude, why, if now that I'm Sony, why not start taking pre-orders ahead of the 22nd and just start taking everybody's money? So, like, once I got your $500, dude, you won't want to go buy an Xbox. And that's why I think the wave thing is bad, because if they would have just sold all 11 million that they had, that's 11 million that won't buy an Xbox.
In those time
Yeah.
periods, yeah, absolutely.
Because now if they do a
Absolutely agree.
second wave on, let's say, September 28th, well, the September 26th, the 22nd, bought a bunch of Xboxes.
Yeah, I definitely agree there. But I'm glad, I guess, Sony acknowledged in some way. I think they took a bit too long. I think,
It's
4
'cause-
days is too long to respond to something that everywhere in the media, everyone was going insane about.
It's because I think that they also, it didn't help that Walmart went early.
It didn't help that, the retailers didn't help in how
What
they were
happened is
pushing
that
everything
Walmart
out.
came out early and started selling theirs. So Target's like, wait, what do you mean Walmart's selling theirs?
Oh,
Let's start might as well put ours
because
out.
we
so
need to get
make
money.
some
We gotta
too.
make money. And then GameStop employees were all lost, and some stores were getting emails that you could start selling. Some managers were telling their stores to start selling, and others were not supposed to sell.
And
it was
the other
mayhem.
thing is that there's more disc versions than digital versions.
Apparently, from what everyone's noticing.
Yeah. So they might have, like, I think it's supposedly like a 5-to-1 ratio.
Yeah,
Something like
which is
that,
pretty
so.
big.
Yeah.
MVP for a question of should you get a PS5 camera? No. Until they clarify specs, like Nikki said there. Thank you, Nikki. You're a true legend.
Yeah.
I believe that right now, saying HD camera and saying that this has HD capabilities or whatever, and
It's got two lenses, So
so does a regular one.
No, I'm just giving the information.
Oh, okay, I
don't
know.
if people
yeah.
didn't know
Two
that.
lenses. We get the 360p on one and 360 on the other one, and it gets 720.
720.
Yeah, beautiful freaking image. No, I honestly, I'm not gonna wait till I'm gonna wait until I see it in person. Other than that, and like you're mentioning PSVR 2, most likely PSVR 2 is not gonna use that camera at all, so you don't have to worry
Yeah,
about that.
because all these, like, even the Oculus 2.0 uses other tracking.
Uses and Sony right now, I think there's no new news, but we believe that PSVR 2
It's gonna steal a lot of the tech from.
is gonna steal, and I think they're gonna talk about this maybe a year and a half or maybe 2 years into the life cycle of the PS5.
My thing is going to the PlayStation camera. They dropped the ball. They should have had, like, hey, this is $100 PlayStation camera instead of the 60 one that it is. I would have charged 100, but it's a 4K one.
I would have done that too.
Say, hey, I'm sorry, just
Sony
pay a
has
little
the
bit
camera
more.
resources
Pay a little
for
bit
that,
more,
dude.
but for sure you got a 4K for your streaming.
Dude. Sony has the camera resources for that, and I don't understand why they didn't.
I was mad when Prodigy told me it's HD, but I'm like, 720 is HD.
Exactly.
Like,
HD can mean so much, like so many variations, and it's just like
I don't know how Sony even had the camera that we have now is so bad that if I'm a Sony executive and they're like, hey, look, Google, we want to show you the new camera we've been working on. I'm like, I would say, what is this crap? Go back. I
We'll
want
make
you
a
to
better
make this
one.
better. This is bull crap.
we have some
I
of the
need-
best cameras everywhere in industries,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you're gonna
no,
bring me this little piece of crap?
Yeah,
no,
like
come
right
on.
now we're on the iPhone 12. Get me the cameras that you were on the iPhone 6. All the leftover ones, we'll put them in there.
And those will even look better than what we had on the PS4
Yeah.
camera. But yeah, so right now, like, just hold off on that. So that was all the craziness with PlayStation.
All the pre-order
All
chaos.
the pre-order chaos, all the mambo
Let,
jumbo
let
all
us
the
know
games.
if you guys got one or have
Um,
someone that knows that got one, because this is basically like the.
we know our boy
the
gamer
golden-
action war as well. Got
Yeah.
to
He went to GameStop.
in Cali it was 6 o'clock when our time it was 9 p.m. So the GameStops were still open over there, so he got to pick one up.
And he walked in and was like, I want to pre-order place it. We're not taking. Yes, you are taking
You're
pre-orders.
taking my money. You're taking my money. But yeah, so let's go on to something else that actually happened that day, which I think almost nobody even knew happened that day.
It took the steam out of it, the Sony PlayStation event and all the chaos that ensued.
Uh-huh.
But there was something else that was announced that day, and it was Facebook. Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg.
Zuck.
I call him Mr. Z. What's up,
Oh,
Mr. Z?
Mr. Z?
Yeah, me and him have that relationship. What's
Oh,
up,
that's
Z?
nice. That's nice. Get
So
cute.
he announced a bunch of stuff, and one of them was the Oculus 2, the Oculus Quest. They made everything better on it. Better controllers, better screens, better sensors, better straps. And anything that was wrong with the other one, which I didn't see many things wrong, they improved on everything, and they made it $100 cheaper. How the heck did that happen?
I have no idea.
They're balling like that. The mic, move it towards your mouth so we can hear.
Oh, I said they're golden like that.
They're, yeah.
Facebook is goated like that.
Well, the whole thing behind it is that Mark Zuckerberg said that VR is something that you have to experience. You can't basically tell somebody, hey, look, this looks awesome. The only way you can actually do it is by actually testing it. And they want it to be a more social thing. So the only way you can do it is by making it cheaper so more people could take advantage of it. And for $300, you get an all-in-one system, no cables, no computer, no nothing. They're going to be able to play like high-end VR games. And the ones that are super high-end, you could just get a cable. And they made it better. And most video cards have of the VR cable that you just connect it right to it.
Yeah, and they're transferring the same exact thing here, where you're able to play, let's say, the top of the top, if you have a PC that's capable of doing so.
I'm putting this on my Santa list.
Oh, yep.
the
Especially after you see some of the stuff we're gonna talk about now.
Yeah, I mean, let's just jump into that list of stuff they got to show off. Actually,
So one of them is the social media thing that they're doing.
wait, let's go in the order I have it in the
okay.
itinerary, man.
You have it there? I
Yeah,
don't see it.
wait, going down the stuff. First, we're gonna start with games because that's what we're here for. We're gaming news people. About the games first. So they showed off Tales of from Galaxy's Edge. This is actually just another Star Wars game made by the same people that made Vader Immortal.
Yeah.
This time you're playing. I'm guessing you're like a smuggler.
Yeah.
Hence Galaxy's Edge thing. You're not a Jedi in this game.
Because
And-
Galaxy Edge has a smuggler's run, right?
Yes. Oh, I don't know if this is tied to Disney's Galaxy Edge. Actually, it might be. Who knows? Maybe they're in the same place. But yeah, so there you're with like C-3PO or whatever, and it's basically just a Star Wars themed game, but this time you're not a Jedi. After that, off the Climb 2. Oh no, this is Population 1. My bad. This is the Battle Royale game that they showed off. That's gonna be coming for Oculus as well.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this game I'm very excited for. It looks really
Yeah.
cool. There's a lot of different like things going on with this. You can climb anything in the world.
Yeah. I know the IGN people love the climb everywhere thing.
Oh,
Because Link did it. Link could climb everywhere.
so that gives this a 10 out of 10 on IGN already.
Yep.
Look at that.
Oh, that's nice. But yeah, it's like a battle royale with different mechanics and stuff like that, all in VR. Next game they showed off was the 2, which is running on the Crytek engine,
it looks
and
so
dude, it looks so good. Like this was, I think, the best looking game for in that reveal. It just looked really good.
Yeah.
Crytek engines is really nice, and yeah. So if you like rock climbing, but you don't want to do it in real life,
Anywhere here too.
I hope the game is called Climb.
yeah. So hopefully you can climb. And the next game they showed off was Jurassic World Aftermath.
Oh, man.
It's like a cell shaded design actually.
Not so bad.
It's made by CodeSync, who made games from them. I'm trying to think who made VR games. A Code Sync what games they made, but whatever. It's basically literally aftermath of the movie. I think some of the events, all the dinosaurs are escaped or whatever out of captivity, and you're basically inside the entire Jurassic World park, and you're running from them and stuff like that. So that's a cool little VR thing that's going to be coming out. We also have Myst. I don't know what Myst is.
It's an old PC game.
But it got remade into VR.
Yeah.
And
so Myst was like an old adventure game, an exploration game. So they remade it. It's because I don't see on the list what I was gonna talk about, which was like Facebook's like, Oasis thing. I forgot what they call it. Facebook.
It's because they didn't talk about it there.
Oh, okay.
They talked about the other things that are very similar.
Mm.
So these were like the games they showed off. A lot of the game trailers. Some of them were also ports. Like Sniper Elite VR is now coming to the Quest, and
they didn't show
like
off because
they didn't show off the article that you sent.
Oh,
Splinter Cell and Assassin's Creed.
But that was Ubisoft announced that they're making Assassin's Creed and a Splinter Cell game for Oculus. Which to me sounds freaking amazing.
Yeah, it's gonna be really, really good for them. If they're exclusive. Oh, dude, how can I forget? And I didn't show it because there was no need to put like more videos in here. But Beat Saber multiplayer is gonna become official. They've had mods on PC.
So
for
how
it,
do they do
but
that?
It's finally gonna be official.
Like how do you? So what? I do the same song and you do the same song,
so
and then
everyone goes in. So everyone goes into a lobby. Well, at least how the mod is.
Yeah.
Is everyone goes into a lobby and you all have your own avatars and stuff like that, and we all line up in like rows.
Yeah.
And we do the same song but on our own tracks.
Yeah.
And see who can like do the best score and stuff like that, and we all fight like amongst each other.
Okay.
Song.
But like, let's say you do like a 20 combo. Does it then hurt the person next to you? Like it makes it.
I don't know if it's a battle royale. I don't know if it's that competitive.
Okay.
But what I'm thinking is by the end of the song, whoever has the highest score, depending on how good you did, is the winner.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like, what would that be different than just having a leaderboard?
I mean, you get to see each other, I guess.
Okay.
And do it I don't know. We'll see when it comes. Well, I'm definitely gonna try it out when it comes out in October. So yeah, moving into the other stuff they showed off as well, which we want to talk about, was that they showed off this labs, and you're in the labs. They're in the labs. That's all I got from this. Because in the trailer they repeated you're in the labs like 40 times. But this is like how would I explain this?
That's
is
them
like
working
an educational tool, I guess, as well.
It's because they're also working on AR and bringing AR to the forefront. So this is basically like collaborations and you helping with your development and all that stuff and helping them know what works, what doesn't work, so they can then implement the stuff in the VRs and AR space. Yeah,
so they want like these professionals to work together and make things in this like digital world before they start making it in the real world and stuff like that, testing different things out. And I mean, it's just really cool. We're gonna see this, of course, more in like the business perspective and like corporations and stuff like that when it comes to their side of things. They also Oculus venues, which this is kind of like what I'm guessing Horizon is gonna be. This is more right now. This is a beta, what they're calling it.
Yeah.
But like there, we saw that they went to like a concert and they saw it live. It was a live VR concert. Which, do you know the people called Next VR?
Yes.
Those are the ones doing a lot, if not, I think almost all of those
That's the
live
one that
events.
I remember we saw, a
NBA
live basketball game. That's them that does that. So that's what when we announced when Facebook bought Oculus, this is what they wanted at the end. They wanted to sell you like sports packages, traveling packages through VR. And I think that's what Facebook wants us to get socially together through VR instead of like looking at each other through a computer, seeing each other in this virtual world. Makes better memories, because that's what Mark Zuckerberg talked about in a meeting, that when they have like a Zoom meeting, it's just like flat and he wasn't he wasn't remembering a lot of stuff. But when they started having virtual meetings through VR, it was more of the social stuff, them talking to each other, them shaking hands and emoting each other. And that was more memorable to him. He was able to memorize more stuff in the meeting that they were having, because they were basically, talking to each other, virtual person.
Yeah. That kind of is they showed off here when it's called. They kind of showed off something called. They just titled the video "Oculus for Business,"
Yeah.
and it was basically what you're saying here. What Mark was saying.
Collaborations and stuff.
So here, this guy was sketching, building a car and as a 3D model in front of like a meeting of people, showing off, a concept for a car or whatever.
Yeah.
But later on in this video, you see that people, scan their faces and they sit down around a table in VR and they have their meetings in VR. So, people can just stay in one place or especially now when not a lot of people are going out, people are kind of staying in and we have to. This is what they envision for the future where we can just be in different meetings in one spot without having to really go anywhere and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was really cool. The other thing as well, the last they called Infinite Office, which this is more AR than VR. Here we see that she's using her like computer with the finger tracking that the Oculus is going to have, and she's controlling and scrolling through the web right in her living room without any need for a monitor or a PC or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah. And then you can have multiple screens, have different windows, things like that. To be honest with you, I see a future where the teachers teaching in VR, and the kids are just like. I remember when I bought the first VR headset, which was the Valve Index. No, the Vive.
The Vive.
Sorry, yeah, the Vive. And one of the first apps that we did was the Galaxy, and where you stood, you saw the sun, and then you saw the planets orbiting the sun, and you saw Earth. Then you could pick up Earth, and you could look at Earth, and then you would get all the stats like the weight, what it's made out of, and things like that. Then you could grab Mars and grab the moon, and I'm like, dude, this is amazing. Like, I wish I would have been taught, astronomy this way, like seeing the sun and holding it and looking at it. Wow, and then how the things orbit around the sun. I think this is a way that we can teach kids like anatomy, like having a body, instead of doing a live, getting a frog and cutting it open, actually getting like was it a surgeon simulator basically, and just cutting it open and I think
doing it that way.
Because in school what we did was just beat the crap out of the frogs and then we never friggin' dissected.
Quito looks like he wants to say something. He got a little excited looking at this video.
This is crazy, bro. I don't want to have kids because they're never gonna go outside now. This kid's not even gonna notice who I am, being honest.
Your son or daughter?
Yeah.
I think here though as well it displays like how the Quest can be like an AR as well.
Yeah.
But it's so like you saw how she just changed her whole room.
Oh yeah, they're like if she doesn't want to see the camera view of her room, she can go into like the virtual house like space and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean those were like different applications that they showed off. I had a Facebook Connect. I think some of these things were really, really cool. I mean, just going into the future when all this stuff is going to become more and more accessible.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, I wouldn't doubt that somewhere some teacher or professor might want to teach stuff in VR somehow. Have like when you're in class, put it on and look at this, guys. Look at how this looks and stuff like that. So
imagine, like, let's say when you're talking about photosynthesis, like put on your VR headsets or your AR and just have plants on your desk. And like, oh, okay. And then you have like a little virtual sun and you see the rays hit the grass and the grass. It's different than like flipping through a book or going on a website and watching a video. Like, imagine you sitting on your desk and actually watching the grass grow, a tree growing, or seeing, X, Y, Z. There's so many different things that you can use. Even in math, you can use that in math. Like, a mathematical equation of a pie, and you cut it in half, and the third, the quarters, and show fractions.
Or the pie could be on the table, and like you can see the tree growing on through the table.
Yeah, like an AR. They're working on AR head glasses that are like Ray-Bans. Yeah, so like the glasses you're wearing, something like that. Not remember
they
how
showed off
glasses had those
prototype.
funky glasses that you wouldn't want to wear.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, there's these Ray-Bans. I'm like, dude, I want these Ray-Bans. They don't exist yet, but I want them. I don't know what it is about tech. Like, I love tech. What they're saying.
Crap Pepper said, I can imagine Cuco in school, where it's you and you're like, come back here, little frog. It's time to open up.
Dude, if you
were chasing a frog.
When we did the whole dissecting the frog thing, my friend is like, "Oh, we're gonna cut this frog open." I'm like, "Oh, I'll cut the frog open right now." And I went, "Bah!" And I just smashed the frog, and just like guts everywhere. And the teacher's like, "Okay, we're gonna cut the frog open." I'm like, "I'm done, teacher. Come check it out." And she's like, "Yeah, but we wanted to see, the intestines." And I'm like, "Mush, just mush." That's crazy.
Attendance right there.
I was bad, dude. I was bad in school, huh?
You can see all the livers and stuff. Like, they're there, miss. I took
we
them
like
out and
we
everything.
like. It's so funny because it looks like, you know how in games like sometimes you go like there's psychos in games, right? And you see that there's people's skins. on
Cycles,
walls.
not cycles, but cycles.
No, psychos, like crazy people.
Okay.
And then like you know how they're like, for the environment to be scary, you have like the cannibal like skin or people and stuff. When you do the dissection of a frog, that's what it looks like. You just put you stick them there and you stick them there and just open and cut them and stuff. It was weird, but
Psychopath, yes.
but yeah, I mean, we're just seeing the future in everything here. How everything's moving forward.
What's up, Mr. Diaz?
With all this stuff.
I just think that the potential is there for so many
Diaz,
things.
so are we attending your wedding in Horizons? That's how we're gonna attend your wedding.
That's another thing, dude. Because imagine, okay, like this whole pandemic is, but let's say like our boy Diaz is getting married, and we gotta watch it in Zoom. What if he just put a 360 camera and we could just put VR headsets on and just
be there?
Yeah.
That's where we're looking into the future, right?
Yeah.
When we can do those things in different manners. So
Black Mirror
that's
makes
pretty
me
cool.
scared.
Black Mirror is scary. So yeah, that is all the news that we had from.
And so like, I bet a bunch of people didn't know this whole Oculus thing was happening.
I bet you no one really knows that VR is going this way, or people are using
A
it.
lot of people think VR is dying. Like, oh, VR is dying. Sony's not putting any money into it. Dude, VR is picking up steam.
Way growing well more than it is than you really think it is.
Like, even Oculus was like, dude, we couldn't keep our headsets on the shelf. People
Remember
were just
they were
buying
sending
this,
out
like,
that
left
the first
and
month.
right.
Yes.
And
we can't imagine how this one's gonna be too.
What's up, Dragon?
With that.
Retro.
Do you know if it's? Sorry for kind of cutting off, but is there expandable storage?
No.
You
But
have to
there-
buy it in those models.
Yeah,
right?
you either buy like the 128 or the 256.
Okay.
But remember, like a lot of the stuff you can have on your computer, and then you could use the link cable to link it. So like the big games are on a hard drive on your PC.
Yeah.
The smaller games you do save on your headset.
On your headset.
But the screen is better now. Instead of having two screens, I have one
Resolution.
screen.
Yeah, and the
You
resolution.
can still adjust it and everything.
Oh, they also mentioned something about right now. It's gonna be at 75 hertz until a post software update that it will kind of go boost up to 90, almost 100 hertz. So that kind of sucks that we don't get that at the beginning, and I don't know how a software update might fix that, but we'll see from there how they'll improve on that as well. But yeah, it was really, really interesting to see that from Facebook this week. We also got some interesting news.
So they also fixed the controllers too. The controllers have better haptic feedback.
I don't like that they're still battery powered.
Oh, I don't like that either.
Did you notice?
No.
Yeah, they're still AA powered.
Yeah, when you mean battery powered, you mean by sticking regular
sticking batteries.
Duracell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not rechargeable. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's a bad move.
I agree.
I don't like that.
So yeah, moving on to.
I understand they want to cut cost, and
But you
I
think,
guess you
like,
can buy a
rechargeable
like look at my
batteries?
Razer mouse. Like it uses like those generic rechargeable battery instead of like one that was made for it, and it doesn't work already.
Yeah.
So I feel like the same way. Even if you can buy like rechargeable batteries that are AA,
they might.
they won't. They
might
don't
do
last
the
as
same
well.
To answer MVP's question, yes, it is going to be compatible with PS5, so you don't need to worry about that.
Yeah.
There's going to be a special adapter for the camera, so it can go into the USB port on the back of the PS5. So we're good with that. There's no need to worry about not being able to use it on the PS5.
And I'm sure you're gonna get a VR2 with all the bells and whistles that the Oculus Quest has.
Yeah. And
The whole wireless technology that it has, I think that's gonna happen.
it's definitely going to happen by then, for sure.
But I like the Oculus better.
What happened?
I like the Oculus first. It came out first.
Yeah, yeah.
So, continuing on to what I kept trying to say was that this week we heard some news of one of the leading developers for a game that hasn't been talked to in over 2 years, talked about or shown anything new. Beyond Good and Evil 2. This is if for a lot of you who don't know, it was a game that Ubisoft showed off how many years ago? Probably 4 years ago now.
Yeah. No, they didn't even show it off. Hey, guess what? We're making Beyond Good and Evil 2.
And they showed that like cinematic trailer with the monkey that came down or
Yeah,
doing
they
negotiations
stole with the pig.
pig. If I'm not, I think
It's
the
a
John
space pirate game.
is it like survival? Wasn't it supposed to be like a survival type as well, where with like multiplayer
That I know of, it's an MMO, open world MMO.
MMO?
And you're a pirate, and you get to travel to different galaxies and different planets, and you have missions and stuff, and you could create your own pirate the way you want it to be. You could either be a human, an alien, a fish, monkey. Like you could. It's just endless what you can
your
do.
own style. So yeah, Michael. Well, his name was Michael Ansel. He was one of the leading developers. He's actually leaving and retiring to go work with wildlife. Apparently, he's been doing like a
So
side
he's
job.
retiring from games, not retiring completely, because he's still gonna work, but this time with wildlife.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not retiring completely. Yeah, retiring from developing. Apparently, he's been working on us like as a side job for a good while in wildlife and stuff like that. So he's like, you know what? I guess I'll just leave full fledged to go work on that. So I mean, I guess they're still saying that there's still development going through with the game. The game is still happening. Now it's just a question of when. Really, when is it gonna happen?
I like how Leo says we should stream the airsoft event.
How we?
We can't stream it, but we can record it and
What do
put
you
it
mean
up.
we can't stream it?
We would need to have like a maybe you know what we could stream it with like a phone. Put it like in some case somewhere, and live stream it.
We could put like an.
But usually the places that we
The
go
in-
play these events, there's no signal.
You're right. You're
But
right.
we could figure something.
If there
out.
is signal, we could try. If
Yeah.
not, we record. But we'll just have to have like those really thick otter boxes that protect
Yeah.
everything in sight,
Yeah.
just in case. For
I
any
just want
damage.
if we can do the same event we did that one time. I want to be in the helicopter just shooting people. I want to build an LMG, just put it there on the helicopter.
That would be so fun, dude. That would be so fun. Just being on the helicopter.
The airsoft event.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. I think that has to be so iconic from that event. Was
Yeah.
when we were behind the prison, and everyone's like, "Chopper, get down!" And we're
Yeah,
like,
it-
"What the?" And then you just see BBs raining down, and we're like, "Oh crap!" That was damn. I wanna
Imagine
go back.
imagine the. Do they have GoPro that do live streaming?
GoPros. Oof, I don't know because I was thinking
remember
about that.
They did, but you had to have your phone, and it was like a.
Probably
that
like
was
through
old,
the
that
app.
was like
probably,
like 3 years
yeah,
ago.
probably
so I'm
through
sure
the
that now.
GoPro app. You link it to your phone or whatever. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nikki, yeah, we know that the Stream Elements app lets you stream anywhere off your phone. I knew that, but the thing is, what we're talking about was more of internet side because
Yeah, because
Those
you gotta
places-
be running around.
those places are in the middle of nowhere sometimes, and
Hey,
and
maybe
there's not-
5G's out.
Oh, maybe. So yeah, moving on to
But Beyond Good and Evil looks awesome. I can't wait to play it. I know they're gonna show some more of it in the next coming months, maybe even next year. But
Wait.
I'm excited to
Oh,
to,
never
to,
mind.
to play.
I was
this
gonna
game.
ask when is Paris Games Week, but that should have passed already.
It did. So
Yeah,
the next event that we're gonna have is Tokyo Game Show, and I know Xbox is gonna be there. They're gonna have.
They're gonna be at Tokyo Game Show.
They're gonna have a press event.
Well,
It's all gonna
interesting.
be in Japanese.
That's extra interesting.
Yeah,
What?
and I know Sony's gonna show off some stuff too.
Sony's.
So
Are we gonna have a PSX this year?
I
has
don't
Sony
think
said
so.
anything about that?
We're not even getting together. We still have the coronavirus, dude. You keep forgetting about that.
Okay, but these events can still happen. All they have to do is put some video up on the internet. That's it.
Yeah.
or who was it that did it? Was it the PC game event? I don't remember who did when Jeff Keighley did like that standing show when he was standing in front of a bunch of green screens. But whatever.
That was Gamescom.
That was Gamescom, right? It wasn't
Yeah.
PC game. I don't know why I thought it was that. So as far as news, that was basically it. I mean, those were the two big things. Those was ginormous events that happened. Other than that, there wasn't too much heavy. More just of like some of the stuff that is coming out soon, and the reviews that we're gonna have right now soon as well. You know, Call of Duty Cold War dropped this week. You know, it's pretty big news, and so we're actually gonna show off
And that was a Sony exclusive too, the alpha.
the alpha. So we're gonna show off the play of the week actually that we have for this week, which was actually submitted by Nex, and this was actually in Rainbow Six. So I don't know if she has a full clip where. So the whole point is that she's acing. Oh no, this is the full clip I think. So she's actually, it's a 3v5. I know Wrecker and I were here, but we ended up dying. So it's actually, I think it became a 1v5 if I'm not mistaken. Next, if you're in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, if you can explain it better. But the whole point is that she ended up killing it and making it a 1v1. And for the last guy just quit the game. So she ended up killing everyone all the way to the last person, and the last guy ended up quitting the match.
The last person's like, man, this person's insane. I don't want to face this person. I'm out of here.
I mean, that's probably what was going through his head because, you know, I mean, if you're about to clutch up a 1v5 or ace the entire team by yourself, I mean, hey, why wouldn't you leave as well?
My thing is, what was Nexus thinking when he left?
Oh, I think we all started
she
laughing. We all just started laughing. It was so funny.
In her mind, she's like, "You better leave. You better leave.
Is that your impersonation of Nex?
You don't want none of this. You don't want none of this. I got you, boy.
Dip potato chip. Dip potato chip." Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
But what the Nick?
That's pretty dope, though. That's funny. I've never made someone quit without facing me.
You've always done it when they face you?
Yeah. Like I usually face them, then they rage quit or quit, but not like, nah, I don't want none of that. I'll just quit now.
Before it gets to any other point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nikki said that's why when I grow up I want to be like Nex.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember, guys, if you guys want to submit your plays of the week, you guys can at gamebrossclips@gmail.com. Nikki, if you can put that in the chat, that would be great. So if you guys, we get your clips from the week, you can send it as a link through our email from anywhere, or you can send it as a video as well in the Gmail if you guys want. So gamebrossclips@gmail.com if you guys want to, you guys can send them. So that way we can show you guys off every week.
So in the future, before we get into what's out this week, pricing wise, we don't have a standard anymore. We got games that cost $40. We got games that cost $60. We got games that cost $70.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be a weird place because you don't like before. You're like, oh, I want a new game. I know it's $60. Now it's like, I want this new game. But I think we've been having pricing differences, right? We've been having games that cost $10, $20, $40.
Yeah, I mean the staple. I think though, no matter what, the most expensive games will always be those that are the biggest story-driven games that are pushed by big companies. Or games that kind of come out annually. You got your sports games, you know, the 2Ks, the Maddens, the FIFAs, always going to be at the highest price. You got the CODs, always at the highest price. So, I mean, we might see some changes. We saw, you know, like I mentioned, Sackboy's not 70, but it's 60. Does that make it a AAA or not? You know, like, where do we leave those games now?
Yeah.
Because now it's just a lot of price differencing.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of in-betweens, so it's kind of hard to know. But that's good because that gives us, you know, a variety of different things. Like now, you know, a game maker can say, hey, I don't really want to charge $60 for my game. I want to charge $40, but sell more of them instead of selling 60 and selling less. I can make it up in volume. So I'm glad that this is happening. I'm glad that we have that diversity and we're not just stuck with one single price.
And I hope
point.
going into the future, like we mentioned, we don't get those games that either are 6 years old and they still cost over $50.
That's something Xbox and PlayStation needs to fix.
They do the console in general. They do that very poorly. Steam does it with they gradually decrease the game's price pretty well.
Yeah.
And I think PlayStation and Xbox need to work on how they price their stuff because sometimes
big time.
Remember Superhero X, was it $20 for like some like PS2 game, PS1
a game that was on friggin' mobile for $1.
Exactly. So they definitely have to do that, which, like you were about to say.
Speaking of this, what can we spend our hard-earned cash on? what games are coming out this week. We had Spelunky come out last week.
Oh, oops! I
And
clicked
we
the wrong
had a
thing.
couple of games that came out last week, so I'm excited to see what comes out this week.
And let's get into it. So, beginning with, give me one moment. Here, first game on the list, we have Aegis Rim.
3 or 13?
Oh, 13.
What
Thank
happened
you.
to the other 10?
Sorry, I didn't. I was.
Damn, you slow.
I wasn't paying attention. 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, coming out on the 22nd of this week. This seems like a Japanese-styled like mech RPG game.
Oh, looks pretty. Looks
It
good.
reminds me of Pacific Rim. Has the anime style with
doesn't look good,
like
Quito?
No, it's like flat. Look at it.
it's because it's
2D style.
it's a 2D, side scrolling. Maybe 2.5D, somewhere around there. It looks
good.
interesting. For those people that like this type of game, you can go out and buy it. Like I mentioned, this is coming out on the 22nd for PS4 only.
$30,
No.
60.
Yes.
That's too much.
I don't know about that.
I mean, oh wait, this is not an RPG. I lied. What would you call this?
Is it a side-scrolling
wait.
action game?
Wait, no.
A
Did you-
strategy game is what it is.
Yeah, but then you can move around in like side-scrolling fashion.
Yeah, but it kind of reminds me of this is in oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. It's a Nintendo game that you. Okay, just move on to the next one. I forgot.
You're trying to think of the game.
Yeah.
Okay, so the second game we have Unrailed with an exclamation mark. So I mean, I guess I gotta scream it, but I don't want to scream right now.
Unreal.
Quito did it for me.
Is this like a Tony Hawk?
No. You place down train tracks.
Oh, those are the rails. I was thinking like it was like skateboarding, and you're like unrailed.
No. We're not getting gnarly here.
So
But-
these are trains that are getting unrailed.
Yeah, it's basically like a train building game with, I believe it's co-op. You have like 4 different people, and you try to make and craft track pieces to make the train get to its
I hope this
destination.
game costs $10, and it's a Nintendo Switch game.
No, PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch.
Everything. Oh gosh, $15.
It's coming out on the 23rd for $20.
Oh, okay,
Is that fine for you?
that's okay.
I don't think it's that bad. I mean,
The game that I'm thinking about, it ends with wars for the Nintendo. It's not Cyber Wars.
ends with wars
Yeah. It's a game like that. It's like
on the Switch.
It's on Nintendo. It was on the 3DS. I used to play it. Oh my goodness! And it was just like that one game before that you had robots. And it was a strategy game, and then they would battle. Continue. I'll find out.
Okay. Next game, we have Vigor, which, Kuko, Vigor is the game I asked you before the show started, if you've heard of it, because this is coming out on the Switch. But I believe this was a console exclusive to Xbox, because I've never seen this game before. This is like a shooter, but sort of survival, I believe, where you like you kill people and you loot them and you loot their weapons and stuff, but you're in this like militaristic world. I really don't know how to explain it too well, but I mean, it's coming out on the Switch. It's free. It was free on the Xbox. It's coming out on the 23rd.
What the heck is this? Is this like a H1Z1 type of?
Like, you want to see it closer? You see here. It's like a militaristic. I wouldn't. It's a shooter. That's what they call it.
Like a looter.
But I don't know how it multiplayer
like Rust,
ties into
kind
this.
of?
Yeah, I get. Yeah, I mean, I guess because there is ways I think you can fortify and stuff like that. But again, I never. You can build your own shelter. So yeah, I guess it is basically like another way of Rust, I guess, where everyone has their own bases and stuff in one world. But Wrecker, you're the one that picked these out. So if you know anything more, you can correct me in the chat. But that's going to be coming out for the Switch on the 23rd for free. Next game we have is Going Under, coming out on the PC, Xbox, PS4, and Switch. Coming out on the 24th of September. This is a small indie game, kind of like top-down action adventure, kind of fighting. I don't know if it's twin stick fighting or not, but I know that it's like this nice, cartoony, cel-shaded, animated-looking game, and looks pretty interesting. I like the way the characters look, the main character as well. I don't remember the last time I've seen a game like this that has like this funny, like kiddish art style with all these characters. It reminds me of kind of like PlayStation's like Katamari, or the cat, the stupid cat. All of PlayStation's Japanese games that are like that, they have that same style with it. So yeah, you guys can pick that up on the 24th for $20. Next game, Little Big Workshop. I almost thought that was like a Little Big Planet level name, because so many levels in Little Big Planet were called Little Big and then something. But you got Little Big Workshop coming out on the Xbox on the 24th. This game is like a tycoon. If you guys don't know what a tycoon is, I guess it's kind of like you get, I don't know how to explain it. You build like something from the bottom up, I guess. How do you explain the tycoon, Kuko?
What do you mean, like Sims?
Like like you
SimCity?
start, yeah, like
And
you
then you
start like
start-
a small factory. This is what this is. You start a small factory,
Oh,
and then you
okay.
work up to like a big.
Like like you're trying to build your own little empire, like
yeah, I guess.
entrepreneur training, basically. And
Yeah.
you're like, yeah,
I guess that's the best way to explain it. Yeah, you build up like this
yeah,
little.
like that. What's
this-
the one
this
that
place.
MVP MJ King is playing lately?
Oh, Adventure Capitalist.
Yeah.
That's some sort of a tycoon. I would also say Civilization, Sid Meier Civilization, or
Mhm.
Tropico, because I know Dave loves Tropico 5. So this game is just like that. You guys can pick it up on the 24th for Xbox One for $20. Next one we have Google's favorite. Not really, just kidding. Serious Sam 4, the fourth in its installment.
Why would they even make
Coming out
this
for the
game?
PC and Stadia. Google, I know you're
Oof.
excited. Something
Yes,
for your
play,
for
play
your
it
Stadia.
everywhere. Play it everywhere.
September 24th. This is coming out for $40. So if you couldn't afford Doom Eternal, you
I
can
figured out the game.
you can get a. Dude, it took you like 4 of my announcements to find the game. I really want to know what the game is now.
Advance Wars.
Advanced Wars. I love how you took your sweet time to look through that. That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Oh Lord, it took a while for me to get that.
So yeah, Serious Sam 4. It's basically like Doom, but on Earth when a bunch of things invade. So yeah, that you can.
Okay, can I say something?
Of course you can.
These games suck. I'm sorry. Like, I get the whole Doom thing, and I get all that, but like, how are these games any fun, dude? Like, you're just like, there's nothing. It. You know what it reminds me of? Like Dynasty Wars, like the button smashing, and you're just fighting
Dynasty
thousands.
Warriors is the same thing. Like you do this like.
Yeah, like you fight thousands and just button smash. Same thing. You fight a monster, you go to the next one. You fight a monster, you go to the next one.
I agree. No,
And
I
then there's
definitely
no
agree.
variety in the monsters. They're all there's like maybe like 5 classes, and they're just like different colors.
Yeah, that's how I felt like with Destiny, or, in some points. So yes, you guys-
$60 game.
No, that's 40.
Oh, okay.
So you can pick it up the 24th on PC and Stadia. Moving on to the next one, we have Mafia Definitive.
Okay.
Complete remake.
The first Mafia game when it came out for PS3, it looked cool and everything, but dude, the cars would go like 5 miles an hour. And
Wait,
you would travel
it
around.
came
the
out on
whole-
PS3?
When did Mafia 1 come
I
out?
thought it was PS2.
So PS2 then.
Yeah, it came out in 2002.
Okay.
Um,
I just remember the cars drove so slow, and you would have to go across the map. And the thing is that you came from playing like Grand Theft Auto, and they had fast cars, slow cars. I'm like, dude, like I get it. We're in like the 1960s, but can we get cars with maybe like 4 cylinders, a little bit faster than a 2 cylinder?
a bit quicker. Yeah. Well, looking at this game though,
They revamped
it's
it
a
from the ground
very crazy.
Mafia
remake.
3 was a great game. It happened. It was a person that came from the war, came to
Mhm.
Louisiana. It was a nice story to it. It was good. I
Mhm.
liked it.
So yeah, if you guys want to try out the first Mafia in a complete rebuild fashion with all the nice bells and whistles, you guys can on September 25th for $40 for PC, PS4, Xbox, and Stadia. So everything but the Switch, because it'll probably catch on fire playing this game.
Old game can be on the Switch.
So moving on to the next one, we have Zengion, I believe. That's what it's called. Wrecker here, he put it as the killer review for the list of games from today. It's coming out on the Switch. The reason he mentions that it's a killer review is because this was a mobile game before it was put out onto a console. I wonder if it was an Apple Arcade game, because so far we've had every week an Apple Arcade game that's gone on the Switch.
I'm just waiting for It's Not Golf.
It's Not Golf to come to the Switch.
Yeah.
But this one, I thought it has an interesting concept. I kind of like the art style of the characters.
Now my question is how. Oh, it's kind of like I get it. It's kind of like you have like this whole Persona thing to it. And
There's
then
a Persona vibe, is what I got from it too. The
and
characters.
then it looks
kinda
like
have that
Marvel
style.
Alliance from the asymmetric view, and then you have your powers and stuff.
So yeah, this is gonna be coming out.
This can't cost more than $10.
It actually does.
But
Cost
why
30.
20.
20?
You guys
So-
were
so
both in like 10.
How much did it cost when it was on mobile?
I'll find that right now. Watch out.
That's crazy.
Probably like $5.
Mobile. Let me see. I got you right now.
I don't like when they do that. When they have a mobile game and it costs like $1. Like, you know who was famous for that? Plants vs. Zombies, and so was Angry Birds. It cost like $1 on mobile, and then
Wait,
when
let
it
me
came
see
to
if I can find it
PlayStation, it
on
was
my
like
App Store.
$40 for the same exact game.
That's BS.
Yeah. When Plants vs Zombies did that, I'm like, dude, I could just play the second game that's newer than the other one on my phone. Why would I want to play it on? Is it on my Android App Store? Oh no, it's not. Huh? Interesting. Then I don't know. I don't know how much it actually costs. Apparently, you can just download it. You can just download it. It's free. Ew, why am I on Arabian Facebook? What the? Okay, I'm not. Viruses.
Uh-oh.
What happened? I'm gonna do the game reviews from now on. I told you it looks like a mobile game. Oh, it looks, bro. See what happens when I'm in a hurry? Well, here's the thing. It is a mobile game, so you're not wrong. It is, and it's free.
It does look like a mobile game because it is a mobile game.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you and I weren't wrong in the end. It was free, so that's all. I guess that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So those are the games you can spend your hard-earned cash on this week.
I guess this week I'm saving money.
Hey, there's no shame in that.
I'm saving it to put a down payment on that pre-order.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep saving my $5.
So now we're gonna jump
Get into it.
the reviews.
Get into it.
The reviews for this.
So like we said, PlayStation dropped a bomb on us this week when they said, "Hey, guess what? Call of Duty Alpha now, get it pre-ready for the weekend." So we actually got the crew together: Hitman, Crab Rapper, Prodigy, Wrecker.
No, not Wrecker.
No Wrecker.
Who
Oh.
was the other one?
Joe Mama.
Carol? No, not that Carol.
was
Oh, Jimbo?
No,
I think it was Agua.
Infamous.
no, dude.
No, Infamous was playing with me.
Cause that's 4 of us. You got Agu.
Did we have 6? Agu never got on.
We
He
had
lied
5.
to us.
Oh yeah, we didn't have Agu.
He
That's-
lied. He's like, "I'll be
oh,
back. I'm gonna play with my friends for a little bit," and never came back.
Yeah, it was you, Crap Rapper, myself,
Leo.
Hitman, Leo. There you
Yeah,
go,
Mr.
Leo, our
Diaz.
boy
Been a fun game.
Diaz, Days.
But we had 6 though.
No, we had 5.
No, we had 5 in the regular squad, and then we had the No, I think it maxes out at 5.
It maxes out at 5, which is really stupid, and we'll get into that. Well, the reason I think it's stupid is because the matches, they're 6v6s, but you can't fill in a squad of 6.
Yeah.
That's stupid to me.
Yeah.
I don't see why you can't.
And then you have just 2 randoms.
Well, one, because if you fill up 5, you have 1 random for your team of 6.
Yeah.
If you go into a 12v12 game mode, then that's different.
Is this your footage?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is in Miami. This was in the Miami map that they showed off.
Maps wise, we saw 3: Moscow, the sand dunes, and Miami, right?
Yes, for the 6v6 mosh pit.
Oh
mode.
yeah, and then we saw the boat one.
And the snow map.
Yeah.
For the 12v12 mode. So first impressions, Kuko. Well, there right now we just saw me snipe 2 people, which we'll get into that.
It's another COD game. I like the gunsmithing. It gives you more flexibility. I really like the way the game looked on a PS4. I'm hoping that on the PS5 it gets more polished and more, looks and sound. The sound was what really I liked the most. Maybe because the last couple, like Apex, to me, the sound, it sounds good, but it's not accurate. Like in this game,
You're talking about in directionality. Like when it comes to direction of where you're hearing stuff.
Yes, like
Okay.
most of my kills I got because I'm like, wait up, I hear somebody like next to me, and just the footsteps and all this, directional sound. I think they nailed that. The guns are just, they had like a couple of guns that you can try out, shotguns, but the sniping, wow, the sniping is amazing.
We're gonna jump straight into that because I think that's the biggest. That's like the biggest issue everyone's having with Black Ops right now.
Crap Rapper says it's doo doo.
Reminds you of Black Ops 1. So, I thought, like Kuko mentioned, this is just another COD game. I mean, it is. It feels the same. It feels like there's power sliding in this game, though. Like, it feels like I get boosted when I slide instead.
Yeah. That and the jumping too. It feels like these guys got vert for days.
Yes. Oh, this is Kuko and I as well in the pool. Oh dang it, we're a bit delayed. But Kuko and I were in the pool, and Kuko's like, "Let's take a swim." And as soon as that happens, I try getting out and I get shot from the top of the balcony of the hotel. Oh my goodness. But like we mentioned, the maps, the sand map, super unbalanced. It's trash. The Moscow map was pretty good. That one's okay. The Miami map was really, really nice. I like the way it looked. I like nighttime Miami, all the neon lights and colors and stuff like that. I think this game has a huge problem with spawns, though. The spawns are horrendous. Like I felt like I was getting killed from behind every single time in the sand map. I was never getting shot or killed from the front. Let's talk about the 40-minute kill cams. Crap Rapper thing. Yeah, you're right. Crap Rapper had like a whole gameplay walkthrough with his play of the game. They gotta fix that as well.
And then one time we had a kill cam, like the highlight or whatever you want to call it. Not just the kill cam, but the highlight at the end was
the play of the game.
When you're like, okay, let's see what he did because it's the best play, and homeboy just killed 2 people, and it was like, bop, and just him running around, and pop, killed the second guy, running around, and then it ended. You're like, that was a highlight? Damn, we must have been really bad because that was the best play of the whole match. And it was super long. It's
super, super long. There's just a lot of different little things they can fix. There was a time where...
It's an alpha, though.
Yeah, it is an alpha. They
say it's an alpha, but dude, it's like 2 months away. When are they gonna get the beta?
That's what I thought in my mind. I thought the same exact thing. But yeah, as you guys can see here, the sniping is very, very, very OP. They mentioned it today. Google sent an article.
It's our project. I'm like, guess what? They already said they're gonna
nerf the snipers. Yeah, dude.
I couldn't sleep, dude. I'm like, I got shot again.
I went to sleep got
shot again.
Because, I'll post it after the show on our Insta. The snipe that I hit on the boat level.
Oh.
I want to post it because like I said at the end of the match, I'm like, that's it, guys. I can go to sleep. That's it. I can go to sleep.
I did it. Mission accomplished.
I did it. So you guys will see it on the IG later. But for sure, that is a big issue. The snipers are way too OP. I think sometimes I feel like the guns are inconsistent. I don't like the gunplay in this game. I like the recoil and the way the guns feel in Modern Warfare compared to the way Black Ops handles
It's because I don't know why, but I think Modern Warfare kind of nailed a lot of stuff.
It did. And people don't give it credit where it's due. A lot of people hate on Modern Warfare. But I think to me, that's my favorite COD.
It's
like
because
when it comes
my,
to
my
the
thing is
multiplayer
that
and
COD,
stuff
it's
like
its own world, like its own universe,
that.
and I have Battlefield in a different one, and I got
Mhm.
Apex in a different. Like to
Uh-huh.
me, they're all they're all shooters, but they're all like. And I think for COD, for what it is, I think Modern Warfare nailed all of it.
Mhm.
You know, like if you
Yeah.
like that fast-paced style of, you like the shooting and re-killing and because like for me, Battlefield's more like a strategy game of, like how we're gonna do this. And
Sure, you're
stuff.
gonna die and respawn, but the whole point is to try not to die and respawn
Yeah.
in that one. So
And like
No,
I
I
said, like
definitely
this
agree.
one, I think the guys jump so much and so high,
Mm-hmm.
and then the sliding too. It's like Apex, almost like Apex. They're just like sliding.
it feels like there's a boost. Like in real life when I slide, I slow down, not boost in energy, but like
Yeah.
boost in speed real quick. And
And then sliding on grass and sliding on concrete or on the middle of the street, like
You
try
definitely-
it
you
and
shouldn't-
send me a video of it. Because what happens in real life is not what's happening in this game.
yeah, you shouldn't be able to slide that far on like asphalt, dude. Your legs would just be like ripped meat. Some like ropa vieja there on the street.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is an alpha. Well, from what they say, even though it's so soon to its launch day. But I mean, if you guys like Black Ops type of gameplay where it's different from Modern Warfare, this is it. Other than that, I think there's still a lot of things they gotta fix before launch. And if you're a huge COD enthusiast, then I guess go pick it up. But if you like Modern Warfare, like I do, I like Modern Warfare out of all the
They
CODs.
just have
it's gonna be-
rollerblades on their knees.
they have wheels on their knees. Then,
Oh my god.
I definitely think you guys should try it. and
Speaking
give
of
it a time.
rollerblades, I thought Ubisoft was gonna make their rollerblade, their little roller derby game. I thought that was gonna come out to console.
I don't know why they haven't. That's really.
It's because
stupid.
they're still working on it. It's still in beta form in Steam.
Yeah, it's on. What do they call it? Greenlight? No, that's for indie games.
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
mind. Yeah, it's just like an early access. It's just an early access. Yeah.
I want to play that game.
Me too. I really want to play that game.
Yeah.
I want to see what.
I
how
was
it
watching
is,
a match,
which also frustrates me why PlayStation didn't bring out Destruction All Stars Destruction Derby.
they are for PS5.
No, but why didn't they show anything new?
Oh,
dude? I want to see the gameplay, some gameplay, or something.
especially because they just showed that you get out of the car. I want to see what can I do when I get out of the car.
In the sizzle reel, you see the guy that he goes on a wall and he raw ones.
Oh, okay.
In the reel, no one noticed that. No one pointed it out. I did, but that was very cool to see. So yeah, so that was COD from this week. But we also have something else to review this week that Kuko actually picked up here and is in studio. So Kuko, you want to show it off to the camera real quick before you launch anything on it?
So, as you guys know, Xbox has got the Ultimate Pass. We've talked about how good the Ultimate Pass is, how it's so beneficial for you to go out and get it, and for you to only pay $15 and get every single game. Part of the Ultimate Pass is that you can play your games anywhere.
Anywhere?
Anywhere.
Nice.
So you can, play Sea of Thieves. You can play. Oh, Quito.
Quito
You
got a little
ready?
excited there. He got a little
I
excited.
handed him
My
Sea of
game.
Thieves, and like in the first 5 minutes, he sunk his boat. I go, Quito, the point is for you to sink other people's boats,
Not your own.
your boat, but sink other people's
I was
boats.
going next to an island and I dropped
The anchor.
the anchor and I was going like full speed to wind and I dropped the anchor and my boat like did 360.
I don't think that's how it's supposed to work, though.
Yeah, and then I died by skeletons and then I just went to go eat.
Beautiful.
But you can play Forza, you can play Gears, you can all the other games that are on the Ultimate Pass. Some new, some old. I'm trying to buy time for the actual game to load up.
But that's not what we're reviewing today. What we're reviewing is the attachment.
Oh, okay. We're just gonna talk about the Razer
Yes.
attachment.
Yes.
Oh, I
Yes.
thought we were
It's
gonna
like a
talk about
Switch.
xCloud.
Oh, okay. We can review both in one shot. Why not?
No, xCloud is still in beta form,
Mm-hmm.
and as you can see, it's still in beta form because
Google's taking a while to load a game.
yeah.
Load any like a smaller game. I don't know. Load a
Let me try Battletoads.
Battle Toad.
So as you can see here, it says beta. Right there, beta. So okay, so let's go into the Razer. This is actually an attachment. This is my Google Pixel 3 XL, and it's got these awesome. So it basically has like a rubber band type of setup. So all you have to do is stretch it out, and it'll form to your phone and just lock it into place. And once it's there, it turns your phone into a powerful Nintendo Switch.
Oh, so you're saying it's more powerful?
It's more powerful because it lets me play Xbox games and the Switch
And
can't
not
play
blow up.
Xbox games. So there you go, right there. Look, I'm streaming Battletoads. You can hear the music. So yeah, so I'm actually streaming through xCloud Battletoads, and you can play it anywhere. There you go. That's Battletoads. We're gonna talk about. Okay, let's talk about the Razer. The Razer cost me $70. So they have two versions. This is the $70 one, and this one is just a pass through. So basically, I could charge the USB-C here, and it'll charge my phone. But the controller itself won't charge up. It just has a pass through for the USB-C cable. So it just gives you the ability to have a controller for your phone. There's a new one that's going to come out that's $100 that you can actually charge the controller, and you can have your phone standed there, and then you could just you can use the controller. Like I'm gonna put it together later so you can see what it looks like when the phone's not there. But so as far as the buttons, I don't really like the buttons that well. I don't know how you.
And why is that?
Like when I
Like
press it,
because I also don't. I have a little issue with the buttons as well.
like I feel like when I push the button, it's not as smooth. It feels like there's like a friction to it. And then the analog, I mean the digital pad, like it's like whatever. The analog sticks are fine for me.
Mm-hmm.
The L1 and R1, they're kind of clunky. They don't feel right. And the triggers, they're fine, but I would like them to be a little bigger.
So a bit better.
A little bigger.
I definitely agree with what you say as well. I feel like also the buttons feel a bit too, like how we say Mickey
no.
Mouse.
Why did it go back?
What happened, bro?
Oh my gosh. I pressed the wrong button. So let me cave it down so you guys can see what it looks like when I take it out. So once I take it out, the game won't run because it says that you need to have a controller. So it'll stop because it needs to have a controller. So when you cave it in, it actually looks like a Nintendo Switch when you put the Joy-Cons together. So the $100 one, you could actually play it like this. Like set up your phone, put it up somewhere, right? Put it up and then use this to actually play the game. And it feels comfortable to play it like this. I don't like the long Switch look to it. 'Cause after a while, it gets tiring. And I would rather put my screen or my tablet up and play it.
Then having it extended the entire time.
So the $100 one gives you the ability to do that. This one you have to have it plugged in because there's no battery to it. So if you see, I'm playing Sea of Thieves right now.
Yo, that's super.
And it's all done, and right now it's running off my Wi-Fi. So it's when it's on Wi-Fi. Like, let's talk about xCloud. When it's on Wi-Fi, it is amazing experience. It's 1-to-1. Lag very slight, if any.
Yeah, like a minimal latency.
But when you're on your cell phone, you could still play. Some games you can play with no problem, but some games that have a lot going on, then you start having. Like I remember my son's like, "Dad, what's up with this game?" I turn it, and it goes slow and then it goes super fast. And I go, because there's a latency from the signal of you telling it to move, to go to outer space and come back. And that's why that's happening. So as far as the xCloud, like I said, it's still in beta, so they're going to fix that. I imagine when we have 5G, then it's going to work flawlessly. Because the 5G is basically like Wi-Fi. So I'm excited for this. This is like that's why I actually bought the Razer. I'm like, because the $100 one doesn't come out till end of November. This is the one that came out now. So I'm like, I'm gonna get that so I can play it and try xCloud beta and talk about it. So, but I'm excited for the future. You go, Kito, knock yourself out. I know you've been dying to play Sea of Thieves. But see, like when we're on a road trip or something, and they're like, "Oh, I'm tired of playing on my tablet. I'm tired of playing." I can give my kids this thing and like, here, knock yourself out, you know. And it's good enough to do what you need to do.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, how much hours are you really gonna spend playing
On that little thing,
on a mobile?
not that much.
Not really. Maybe a nice lunch break for 30, 45 minutes, you know, between between your work and stuff like that. So, I mean, either way, it's not bad. It's not a bad alternative.
Yeah.
And
the only downside is that xCloud only works on Android. So it would have been nice to have it on my son's 12-inch tablet, and then connect a Bluetooth controller to it, and then have a nice screen. See, like on my computer, I can play the games. The difference is that I have to download it to it.
Yeah.
It recognizes that, oh, that's a computer. You gotta download it. It doesn't treat it as a mobile device to say, oh, that's a mobile, so we're gonna have to stream it to this.
Oh, okay. So
it doesn't give
it has
you
to recognize it as
it doesn't give you the capability to say, hey, do you want to stream this or do you want to download it? It knows that a desktop. I know it's a desktop, so therefore, boom, we gotta download it. Hey, that's a laptop. Maybe you know what? I haven't tried converting it to tablet form.
And maybe
it'll go into like tablet mode, because when I detach it from the keyboard, it says, "Hey, you're going to tablet mode." So maybe that way I can use it as a thing. But in that case, that controller won't work because it needs to be connected. Yeah. So the newer one I can then use as a Bluetooth controller. The Xbox Elite controller is not a Bluetooth controller, so I can't use that. Exactly. I tried using it, and I looked it up, and I'm like, "What? The Elite is not a Bluetooth." I didn't
What
check
is it?
It's just it works with Xbox's signal, whatever they have for their controllers.
Wow.
I haven't looked up if the
I didn't
Elite
know that.
2 is Bluetooth or not. So yeah,
I didn't know that.
so I had to do like a workaround to try to get the Elite controller to work.
Wow.
I even tried using it with the Google
The
Stadia controller to try to connect it to my phone. And dude, to connect the Stadia controller to your phone is a mission. And actually, hey, what's your password? What's this and what's that? I'm like, I quit. I'm like, I don't want to do it. I'm like, forget it. I don't want to try.
You can. I don't need the controller.
It's like, dude, like, I don't need things to be complicated. I want my things to be plug and play.
Yeah.
If I want complication, I'll join the master race.
Yeah.
So then I'll be like, yes, drivers. Yes, update my GeForce.
You love your updates, Google, on the PC.
I love them.
But yeah, so what are your final impressions? What your final verdict?
My final verdict for $70. If you want to turn your Android phone into a gaming like a Vita-esque or a 3D-esque game and a gaming console, basically, I think that the Razer is a perfect viable thing. I when it comes to tech, I can't wait. I should have waited and got the $100 one, because that one's cloud ready and everything. But like I said, like, this is perfect. Like, hey, if I want to do a couple of levels of Gears, I'm already paying the $15 to get the Ultimate Pass. That way I can, I'm taking a deuce on the toilet. I could do some tracks on Forza.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you want, like I said, convert your Android phone into like a Xbox mobile device. I think it's a great thing. Back in the day, I used to have the Nokia N-Gage Taco phone, because it was a phone that I can also play with.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen the new Microsoft Duo.
Yes.
What do you think of that little device?
Too expensive.
$1,300.
Oh wait. I'm getting confused now. 1,300
Yeah,
for the Duo.
yeah.
But here's the thing. It's not a phone though.
It is a phone.
Dude, am I confusing freaking things? Because I was looking into this as well. Because did you see?
Is there any Apex
see-
news? Yes, there is. There's gonna be a new Apex champion in a couple hours,
Oh,
which
yeah.
would be me and Jimbo.
Jimbo, dude. You're rich. You're DJ Fuego number 2. You know that. You're next in line.
The funny thing is that he caught the virus late. Because
No, he got 2 viruses. Half of mine and half of DJ's.
That's crazy.
Apex obsession and Apex looting obsession.
Oh my! Oh, dude, he is a prodigy junior when it comes to looting in Apex.
Oh my
But
gosh. Bro,
I went and checked out the device
so
and it looks really cool. For $1,000, $1,300, I'm like,
I
damn,
didn't like it though.
I'm like,
I don't
damn,
like
that is
it.
kind of expensive. But and then I
Oh
thought,
no.
I'm like,
Compare that to the Samsung Fold, the Z Fold.
that's what I was gonna
That
get.
thing is almost $2,000. You look at the LG, the new one that's called the Wing. That one's $1,000.
How much is the next the Galaxy 20?
The Note
The Note, yeah.
depends which one you're getting. So you can get the base one, which is 1,000,
$1,000, okay.
and then you can
Because I know the iPhones are like 1,000 something now.
Ooh, okay. I lied about the Z Flip. No, I'm thinking of the Z Fold. I put Z Flip. Flip is the one that goes like this, like a Motorola.
Yeah, like the Razer.
Yeah, that one's
So
1,000.
this
That's
one-
1,300.
So Microsoft didn't want to go with the foldable screen. It actually has 2 touch screens.
Yeah, and they're on a hinge.
Yeah, on a mechanical hinge.
Yeah, so the Z Fold is actually 1,200.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
wasn't as expensive as I thought. So I'm thinking of the LG Wing being the most expensive one. But the Wing is very different. Have you got to see that?
No.
So the LG Wing actually flips up like this.
Oh,
Like
it
a wing.
turns.
Yes, and you could put it in different orientations if you want. So it turns into one screen. You can have it as one screen, but then you go whoosh, and it flips out like a wing, and it turns sideways like that. This one I think is the most expensive out of all the different things because
What would
it
be
has,
the
like,
point of that?
thing.
Like, I don't understand what the flipping to the wing thing.
There's
and
a,
having like the T pose.
there's a lot of different things which I'll explain a bit more after the show if you're interested, just because
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
we
we're out
don't
of
want to
time.
extend
I
it.
just brought it up
We're
now
not talking about tech.
because the reason I brought it up because I thought Microsoft, like we were talking about having the tablet and the mobile thing. I thought that little book, it looks like a book.
Yes, it
And
does.
I'm like,
It
damn,
looks
you
a
know,
mini
like that would have been a good, thing to say, hey, look, buy this, and this is a good xCloud.
the Note 20
device.
is xCloud promoted.
Okay, yeah, see?
If you got to see the commercials, they xCloud is near
okay.
the end. It's like perfect for gaming and like because
Yeah.
it's 5G, hence why
Yeah.
it's 5G ready for those who are gonna pay 5G.
I
those
think
phones are
5G
ready.
is going to change a lot of things in our lives.
Just like 4G did. I think from 3G to 4G, was there a big bump?
Okay, there was a big bump in internet, but I think 5G is going
Like,
to change the way we do a lot of things. I think that 5G will bring, you know how cell phones made people stop using landlines?
Uh-huh.
I think 5G will have people stop using Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. Do you think?
Because, some people, 5G is going to be faster than what they can get to their house anyway. Some people could barely get broadband to their house.
Yeah.
So 5G, 1,000 gig download speeds, and you can use that as a hotspot. Would you start another ship? Okay. I think that'll change people's lives. I think the cable, you have the a la carte system. I think 5G will help us stream stuff to our TVs better. Smart TVs will take advantage of 5G. Cloud gaming is going to work so much better with 5G than 4G. So those are the kind of things where I'm saying it would change our lives around more.
That's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely see that happening. But, as it becomes more affordable and everything starts transferring into that, we're just going to have to wait a bit until we see that big shift. And I think xCloud as well, establishing this type of streaming format where it's off of a service, like from a library of already a Game Pass and existing. Not like Stadia, where Stadia kind of had to establish your thing from the ground up. Xbox already had the library, already had the Game Pass, so
and
they're
has
just like
exclusives.
so like xCloud would just be on top of that. So I mean, it's this is a starting point. I'm glad that Xbox did this. 'cause it's a
My thing
starting
is,
point.
it's this Xbox just started, and they're
Yeah.
so ahead. When Sony bought Gaikai many
PS4
years
launched,
ago,
before PS4 launched.
and they have not done anything with it. When people
Yeah.
say PlayStation Now is one thing, and xCloud and cloud gaming is a totally
It's a
different thing.
different thing.
You know, PlayStation Now is like a subscription Netflix type of thing. It's
Mhm.
not the streaming because you know PlayStation Now you either download it, you just can't stream PlayStation Now everywhere.
Yeah.
That's not how that works. You're just downloading the game. Basically you're just having access to a library is what you're paying for with
Mhm.
now. But so just to see how much it has advanced the xCloud thing. And the other thing is Stadia's main thing is the cloud gaming, but you haven't seen them take it to the next level. When's the last time we heard or said anything on the show about Google Stadia?
Yeah, about anything about it.
Anything. Nothing like, oh, we've improved the tech, like we're
Just
ready.
those like occasional releases.
No one talks about it. It's gonna
Like,
die.
that's it. And we've called it. We said it. I just think first of all, they stepped, we always mention it. They stepped in maybe a bit too late or in the wrong time. And the way they stepped into it wasn't the best way of executing it.
Yeah.
But that's how it is.
Yeah. If I was in charge of Stadia, I would have said, hey, let's wait a year. Let's get some more horses in our stable. Let's get our own Google platformer. Let's get our own Google shooter. Let's get our own Google MOBA. Let's get our own Google, our own IPs. And then, hey, we're launching Google Stadia with the Google platformer, Google MMO, or Google
And these
this,
exclusives.
and these are
sign up
exclusives, and you can only play them
this
here.
and that.
Dude, they got the money.
Oh, money's
So-
not the problem. I think it's
And they could have bought some
planning.
studios too, and worked with some.
planning and execution was the issue here.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, guys, like always, remember to tune in throughout the week for our streams as well here on Twitch. You guys can subscribe and follow us here on Twitch and on YouTube. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you guys know every time we go live. If you guys want to also get discount on our D2T, you guys can with code GameBros, capital G, capital B. One thing I wanted to mention that Crap Rapper brought up as well. Are you guys going to tell us which game we are playing in the tourney? Which actually, in this very moment, I will declare what game. Oh, crap. I clicked the wrong thing.
But while he looks that up, the other thing is that next week we're gonna announce the winner of the gift card giveaway.
Yes.
So if you guys go on our Instagram, we have a picture that says, "Hey, we're gonna do a gift card
Read
giveaway."
the directions.
Read the directions. You have one more week to enter. The most important one is the last instruction. I always tell Prodigy, it is Friday or Thursday. I remind him always, can you write the people that have entered that they have to be on the show so they could claim the prize? Because if they're not on the show, they're not going to win.
I'll give you guys a reminder, but other than that,
Yeah, he's not going to go to your house and turn on the computer.
yeah,
for
I'm
you.
not going to do anything else other than that.
So you have to, if you want to win, and we get hit up every day, maybe
Yes.
like 50 times.
And, okay, continue, sir.
I'm like, okay, yeah, you want to win? Okay, just do these steps. And they're like, oh, yes or no, whatever.
They ended up not doing, most of them do not do them.
Yeah.
The thing is that, depending, okay, to be honest, right, we want to be clear and with you guys. If you guys don't follow directions, I'm not going to write down your name in the ballot. You got to follow it how we put it there. All you guys have to do is read. It's not that hard.
And it's only like
And
three
if you
things.
guys,
It's
if
not
you guys
that
happen
hard.
to repost it on your story and maybe miss one step, I don't mind going out of my way to tell you, hey, redo this and do this one step you missed. But for the people out there that are completely missing like half of the damn steps, I'm not gonna waste my time because you guys could just
Dude,
read
it is not that hard.
Yeah,
People
it's not-
repost
it's not that
pictures and
hard.
videos,
all,
all
the
the
time.
time.
So it's not that difficult.
and all you have to do is repost a picture and tag like five friends,
That's it.
and then tag us, and that's it.
No, that's it.
And then show up on next
On
Sunday,
Sunday.
and that's it. And you win a $50 gift card. And some guy's like, "Oh, $50." I'm like, dude, you know how many? Some people work you get paid $10 an hour. You have to work 5 hours. I'm asking you for 5 minutes to post a
Yeah.
picture. So
So just read the directions, guys. It's not that difficult. Other than that, we're not gonna be bothering. So the winner of the tourney pick of this month is Rainbow Six Siege. Has won the pick for this month at a whopping 27.3%. And in second place, for those who are wondering, is actually Overwatch at 18.2% with and COD was in third. Well, it was tied in third with Apex, actually. So that means that Rainbow Six will be going to be the tourney for this month. We're opening forms tomorrow, so you guys can start signing up your teams for
hey,
it.
crap rapper, you could be
PSN
on my team,
exclusive.
dude.
And so yeah, we're gonna be hosting the tourney actually at the beginning. Oh my gosh, can I speak? At the beginning of next month, which is the 2nd of Friday. It's literally just 2 days away from the last day of this month, which we'll just move it there so it aligns with Fridays and we have enough time.
All right, cool.
So we'll see you guys then. Remember, follow our IG on our IG as well. Link in the bio. You guys can go to all my links and have all the links to our socials and everything there if you guys want to join. If you guys also want to join our Discord, you guys can as well. Through there and just be with us in the community, and we could just talk about whatever you guys want and just hang out and have a good time. So, Kuko, any closing statements?
No, just
All right.
live in your world.
But play in ours. Game Bros. Peace.
Peace.